It's a match made in heaven. Independence Day and Cape Cod Baseball League Baseball, and boy, do we have a good one for you today. The first of two in a home-and-home matchup between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks of the West and the YD Red Sox of the East. Hello and welcome to McKeon Park in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Alongside TJ Mathewson, I'm Dana Gray, just a couple minutes away from first pitch in a game that's been highly anticipated. Two teams that are really finding their groove. The Red Sox winners of 3 in a row, Harbor Hawks 2 in a row, and they're second in the West.
Both teams, last 10 games, 8-2 record for YD. It's been the offense for Hyannis. It's been winning close ball games. The best team in the Cape at winning those 1- and 2-run ball games. We're going to see how these two styles square off here today, and you couldn't really ask for a better day of baseball here in Hyannis. Temperature in around 80 degrees, not a cloud in sight. Independence Day. What a time.
And here's the lineup that will be going to bat for Scott Pickler. Leading things off, the shortstop David Hamilton. Noah Campbell bats second at second base. The first baseman is Andrew Dashbach in the 3-hole. Quinn Cotton in the outfield bats fourth. Reese Albert as well. He's in the 5th spot. The third baseman, Nick Quintana. He'll man the hot corner. Zach Subia bats 7th. The designated hitter, Christian Koss in the outfield this afternoon in the 8-hole. And Adam Kerner doing the catching duties and rounding out the 9 spot. And they'll face Nick McDonald, the starter today for the Harbor Hawks, making start number 4 with an ERA at 6.94.
Yeah, struggled a little bit this season. That ERA up around 7, as you mentioned. 10 strikeouts in 11 2/3 innings at a Florida International University this past spring. 67 2/3 innings pitch, and ERA just over 4 at 4.26 in 11 starts, struck out 69 batters.
David Hamilton strides to the plate, face off against Nick McDonald on a picture-perfect 4th of July day for baseball. Thanks so much for tuning in and spending part of your afternoon with us. This should be a lot of fun. McDonald on the rubber as Hamilton digs in to the left side. McDonald from the windup. And delivers the first offering, a fastball missing away. First pitch at 6:05 on the East Coast. Hamilton 1 for 4 yesterday with a single in YD's 12-10 win over Brewster. 1-0, fastball just a little bit low, says home plate umpire Rick Antonio. Mike Collier, first base umpire, and Tom Kennedy is at third base. 2-0 count on Hamilton. Next pitch, fought off foul. High out of play, 2 balls and a strike on the leadoff man for the Red Sox. 12-10 win yesterday at home against the Whitecaps. 12 runs off of 13 hits, an offensive explosion. McDonald into the windup, comes home, and this one sliced out towards left field. Lott moving to his right has it for the first out of the inning, an F7 to begin the ball game.
And for David Hamilton, a game yesterday, not his greatest performance at the plate. Didn't collect a hit, and in the field kind of struggled a little bit with the glove. Let a couple balls get by him. Looking to bounce back here on the 4th of July.
1 away, no one on base in the top of the first. No score between the Red Sox and the Harbor Hawks. Noah Campbell to plate from the left side. McDonald from the windup, offers home off speed, falls into the strike zone. 0-1 on the 2-man for YD. Campbell, a guy that's really heating up as of late. Got the average up to 359. Picked up 3 RBIs yesterday. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one roped out into the gap in right center field. Jew, the center fielder, moving to it, collects it, bobbles it, but fires it back in. Campbell will hold at first base, but YD with the first base runner of the ball game.
Just like that, his first at-bat extends his hitting streak to 10 games. And you mentioned a guy coming into this ball game scorching hot, a .419 batting average his last 10 games.
So a man aboard with 1 away. Andrew Dashbach to plate for the first time this afternoon. .352 hitter entering today. 3 long bombs as well to lead the Red Sox. Campbell, a lead off of first base, held on by Brady Lindsley. McDonald now from the stretch. Snap throw over to first. Campbell sliding in safely back to first. Dirties up that road uniform for the Red Sox. The Road Reds with the blue lettering and stitching. Harbor Hawks in their home whites with the orange letters and purple trim. Dashbach waiting for his first pitch. Here it is, off speed, cut and a miss. 0-1, McDonald fooled him with the breaking ball.
Speed-wise, at the top of this YD lineup, might be the best you can get if you're Scott Pickler, with David Hamilton and Noah Campbell at 1 and 2 in your lineup.
Campbell, a good 2 or 3 step lead off of first. 0-1 count on Dashbach. McDonald fires home. Fastball right down Main Street connects for a strike. Quickly 0-2 on Dashbach, who's been one of the most dangerous hitters across the Cape. Stanford kid, 6'3", 225. And he'll dig right back into the righty box, awaiting the next offering from the righty McDonald. Harbor Hawks starter throws over to first, a low toss, pulls Lindsley off the bag, does catch it though, and Campbell's back in safely. 1 out, top of the first inning. No score between the Red Sox and the Harbor Hawks. First meeting of 2018. McDonald back on the rubber. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just fought off foul. Dribbles over towards the Harbor Hawks dugout, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Andrew Dashbach. YD with those 12 runs yesterday off the 13 hits, 11 of them singles, 2 of them home runs, solo shots coming off the bats of Nick Quintana and Zach Zubia. 1 out, 1 on. 0-2 to Dashbach is hit softly out into left field. Coming in is Lott, and he makes the catch on the dive. Todd Lott coming in with speed down to an E, and there's 2 away.
The ball gets in on the hands of Dashbach, and we've talked about the difference between wood and metal bat. Maybe that ball, if this is passing back in the spring, he's at Stanford with a metal bat. That one's kind of a medium depth fly ball, but Lott with a wood bat doesn't get hit as hard and makes him come in and make a nice play.
2 outs in the top of the first. Campbell will hold at first base. And now it's the 4-man Quinn Cotton to dig in against McDonald. 318 hitter through 66 plate appearances. That leads the team. McDonald set to the belt and offers home. Off speed, called strike, snap, throw down over to first. Not in time to get Campbell. He's back in sliding. 0-1 the count on Cotton. 4-hole tonight in the outfield like he has been for most of this season. 1 for 5 yesterday, had a single, an RBI, and 2 runs scored as well. McDonald readying. 0-1 pitch is hit hard and through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Campbell will hold at second base. Station to station goes YD, and there's 2 aboard with 2 away for Reese Albert.
Good piece of hitting by Quinn Cotton, finding that open side, right side of the infield. It's perfectly placed ground ball right through that hole, and 2 on, 2 out for the Red Sox.
You talk about guys heating up. No one hotter right now than Reese Albert. 400 clip through 30 plate appearances for the Red Sox. 12 hits, 1 homer, and 8 RBIs. Could pick up number 9 with a base hit here. Campbell off of second, Cotton off of first. McDonald sets and delivers, and this one roped out into right field. Coming on is Hauber. He's got it on a hop. Campbell is around third, chugging for home, and he'll touch home plate. Red Sox strike first onto the 4th of July.
Yeah, red hot. Reese Albert doesn't see the game yesterday, comes in right in here and makes an impact in the first inning. First pitch, line drive single into the outfield, and quickly YD on the board.
3 singles for the Red Sox in the first inning. That's plated Noah Campbell. Still 2 aboard for Nick Quintana. He'll bat from the right side. Got off the schneid last night with that big solo home run to dead center. Guy that hit 6 bombs last year for the Red Sox. Picks up the first of 2018 yesterday. Top of the first, 1-0 YD. First pitch to Quintana, off speed and away. He lays off of it. The Arizona kid in the 6th hole tonight.
The 3 singles for YD here in the first inning. The first 10 hits against Brewster yesterday, all singles. This is a YD team that not necessarily going for the extra bases, just trying to get that ball in play and make havoc on the bases.
1-0 count on Quintana. McDonald glances back at second, now fires home with a fastball that connects for a strike, 1-1. They were all singles until this man came to the plate. Hit that one to the deepest part of the ballpark. 352 at Red Wilson. 394 here at McKeon Park to dead center. 330 down the left field line and 330 down the right. 2-0 to Quintana. Bounces in the dirt. Nick getting the batting average up just a tad at the 213 marker. Leads the Red Sox with 18 strikeouts. So really plagued him. Though to his credit, he's settled down quite a bit. Worked some walks. Seen a lot more pitches. And it's showing in the batting average and the production. Cotton off of second. Next pitch. Wave and a miss off speed. Quintana well out in front of it. That'll even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 away in the top of the first. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead over the Harbor Hawks here on 4th of July, the first of 4 regular season meetings, and matchup number 2 comes your way from Red Wilson tomorrow afternoon. McDonald setting just above the belt, looks back at Cotton at second, now fires home a fastball that bounces in the dirt a good couple of feet away from home plate. And that'll push the count full on Quintana. Zach Zubia is on deck, should he be needed. Yesterday, Quintana and Zubia going back-to-back home runs for the Red Sox to add on to their advantage over the Whitecaps. 2 away in the top of the first. Cotton has a hefty lead off of second. Albert, good lead off of first. McDonald trying to minimize the damage. Payoff pitch, hit hard to the shortstop, Woodsell, and it goes past his glove. Albert into third. Cotton will come in to score. Play over to third base is not in time. Sliding in Albert. Quintana to second. The Red Sox double their lead. It's 2-0 YD.
Looks like Wenzel at short just got a bad read on that ball. He didn't only had to go a couple feet to his left to go get that one. Somehow gets past him, puts his glove in the wrong pace, and just heads out into center field. And Jew out in center, a strong throw over to third. Can't get Albert in there. And just like that, another single and another run for YD.
RBI for Nick Quintana, number 10 of the summer, and now it's second and third with 2 outs. Zach Zubia to plate, the DH tonight. McDonald into the motions, off-speed offers home, connects on the outside corner. 0-1 on the Texas Longhorn, who also hit his first home run of the summer yesterday at Red Wilson. Solo shot, and he pulled it to left field. 0-1. Hit hard but foul down the third base line. Quickly 0-2 on Zubia with 2 outs, 2 aboard, and already a 2-0 lead for the Red Sox in the first inning.
Cool thing for Zach. He hits that home run out into left field, and his parents are in town, and they were sitting out beyond that left field wall, able to get that first ball.
Awesome feeling for him, and to get to do it in front of family as well. Just icing on the cake. Time called. Awarded by Rick Antonio. So Zubia 3 for 4 yesterday with the home run, 2 singles as well. Helping out the Red Sox, one of the new arrivals. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Zubia. Fastball right down the middle. Strike 3. Zubia can't bring the bat off his shoulder, and the side is retired, but not before the Red Sox hop out in front to a 2-0 lead. We go to the home half of the first inning. Red Sox in control. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Red Sox hop on Nick McDonald early, put up 2 runs in the top of the first. Now we go to the bottom half. Harbor Hawks coming to plate for the first time against Brant Herter, and this is the lineup that Chad Gassman will send to the plate. Davis Wenzel leads things off, the shortstop. Braden Como bats second, the second baseman. Matt Barefoot, he's in the 3-hole, the designated hitter. The right fielder, Trevor Hauver, bats fourth. Tommy Jew in the 5 spot and the center fielder. Todd Lott, the left fielder, in the 6th spot. Seth Gray, the third baseman, will bat 7th. Brady Lindsley bats 8th, the first baseman. And Kyle Wilkie rounding out the order and doing the catching duties. That's the lineup that will face Brent Herter. He's been solid so far for the Red Sox.
Yeah, he's a third of an inning away for qualifying amongst league leaders. But if he were there, this is where he would rank up. Second in ERA, 4th in strikeouts, striking out 12 batters per 9 innings. The walks just under 4 in 15 innings this season. He has been the guy for YD. Every time he's been out there, it's been 5 great innings of ball, and I'd expect more of the same here today.
And already with a little bit of run support, so that's got to feel good. All games that he's pitched in, Red Sox have secured points. The tie against Chatham coming back in day 2 of the season. He pitched 5 in that. Picked up the win in Falmouth, a spectacular performance there, and a 1-0 Red Sox win And then also on June 27th at White House Field, a 3-2 victory for the Red Sox, and Herder threw in that one. So good signs of things to come. And Artie with a 2-0 lead for YD as they plate 2 runs off of those 4 singles, beating up Nick McDonald a little bit early. Davis Wenzel will come to the plate, batting from the right side. Junior from Baylor, batting .233 from the righty side. Herder deals, first offering a fastball that stays high. Zell, the shortstop for the Harbor Hawks, a guy that gets on base a lot, leads Hyannis with 14 walks. 1-0 pitch, same result, high and away. Quickly 2-0 on Wenzel.
Getting on base. He's reached in every single game he's played as a Harbor Hawk, all 17.
Bottom of the first, 2-0 Red Sox out in front with no outs, no one on base. Herder's 2-0. This a little bit too high as well. 3-0 the count on Wenzel. Como on deck, barefoot to follow. 3-0 offering. This a fastball that connects on the outside corner. Finally, a strike to Brent Herder's name. 3-1 the count on Wenzel. Batting from the righty side. Lefty Herder. He deals. Fastball, that's high again. Ball 4. Another walk worked by Davis Wenzel, the 15th to lead the team. And there's a man aboard for Braden Como.
Well, he shows off that eye. All those pitches looked from here around the strike zone, but able to keep that bat on his shoulder. Knows that's not his pitch to swing at and ends up with a base on balls.
So a walk to begin the ball game for the Hyannis hitters, trying to respond to the 2-spot put up by the Red Sox in the top of the first. Braden Como also batting from the right side. Lefty Herder, he deals. Fastball missing in tight. And out of the crouch, Adam Kerner to go have a chat with the YD starter. Thrown 6 pitches, just 1 for strikes.
Smart. Go out there, calm down your pitcher.
It's a guy that had a 1.2 ERA through his first 3 starts. Nothing short of spectacular. 20-6, the strikeouts to walk ratio. Make that 7 now as Wenzel's on first base. Decent lead with Dashbach holding him on. 1-0 from Herder. This connects for a strike. Evens the count up at 1-1. Harbor Hawks 12-6-1, 25 points, good enough for second in the West. Only behind the Wareham Gatemen. They have 26 points. Idle today. 1-1. This inside at the knees. Scoots back. Como a tad. 2 balls and a strike on the 2-man for Hyannis, trailing by 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Still no outs and a runner on first. It's Davis Wenzel. He walked to begin the inning. Herder setting at the chin. Offers home. This one grounded over to short. Hamilton up with it onto second for 1. No throw to be made for first, but a fielder's choice, and the Red Sox get the lead runner. There's 1 away.
Well, that meeting out there by Kerner helped settle down Herder just a little bit. There's a couple more balls in the strike zone. He gets an easy ground ball out to his shortstop, Hamilton. Too much speed going down the line in Como for Noah Campbell at second to turn 2.
Finally an out for Brent Herder. Como now aboard at first, and Matt Barefoot to dig in. Most dangerous Harbor Hawk hitter from the right side. First pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Herder gets ahead of the first batter. 377 clip. 12 RBIs to lead Hyannis for Barefoot. Trying to move Como over from first. 2-step lead off the bag. Dashbach holding him on. Next pitch. Outside snap throw from Kerner. Not in time. Sliding back in is Como. That'll even the count up on Barefoot. Herder leans in, gets the signs from Kerner. Glances at first and delivers off speed and misses inside. 2 balls and a strike on Barefoot, the designated hitter for the Harbor Hawks. As Hyannis hopes to respond to the Red Sox 2 early runs coming in the visiting half. Herder readies. 2-1 pitch. That falls in for a strike. 2-2 on Barefoot. 1 away. Runner on first. 2-0 lead for the Red Sox.
Well, there's a guy you need to be careful with here at McKeon Park. It will be Matthew Barefoot, a .478 average at home.
Next pitch, another grounder over to short. Campbell has it, flips on to second for one, over to first. Not in time. Another fielder's choice. The middle of the infield doing well so far, and Campbell and Hamilton working in tandem together for the past couple of games seem to be really sharp.
Yeah, and Hamilton looking as comfortable as ever in the field. At the plate, still adjusting with that wood bat, but out in the field, it looks like he's just picking it up where he left off when he left Omaha after Texas got eliminated.
Trevor Hopper will dig in from the left side. ASU kid. 6'1", 195 against the lefty Herder. With 2 outs and a runner on first, it's now Matt Barefoot. Another throw over. Back in sliding is Barefoot. So Wenzel was at first base. He walked. He was retired in the fielder's choice. And then Como was at first. He was retired as well. Whitey getting the lead runner for Hyannis both times. Herder ready's first pitch, given a ride out into deep right center field. Koss moving over, and this one is off the foot of the fence. Fielded by the center fielder, Albert. Throws into the cutoff man, Campbell. Throws into home. Kerner has it, applies the tag, and they got him. Perfection from Albert to Campbell to Kerner, and the Red Sox keep the Harbor Hawks off the board in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second inning. 2-0 lead for YD. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Red Sox in the top of the second inning. Already a 2-0 lead. Christian Koss, Adam Kerner, and David Hamilton expected. Koss to dig in against Nick McDonald. Gave up 4 singles, 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Koss in the 8-hole out in right field for the first time this season. Sporting some patriotic socks as well.
Some stars and stripes. Stars and a few stripes on the right foot, and all red and white stripes on the left.
And wearing the red YD jersey with the blue letters, and digs in against McDonald, hoping for a smoother second inning. Into the windup, fires home the first pitch. A fastball catches the strike zone at the knees to start off the at-bat on Christian Koss. 262 clip after he led the Red Sox in batting average at the end of 2017. 0-1 pitch, wave and a miss. Koss a little bit behind that fastball. 0-2. Good crowd filling in at McKeon Park, as expected here on the 4th of July at the Cape. 0-2 to Koss is a bounding grounder down the third base line. Scott Pickler, the third base coach, with a nice play to field. Count remains 0-2 on Koss. Kerner on deck. No outs in the top of the second inning. No one on base. McDonald from the windup. 0-2. Fastball buried in the dirt, and Koss lays off of it, a ball and 2 strikes.
It's really interesting looking at the lineup card today and seeing Koss penciled in right field. And so far, just through 1 inning. No mistakes.
1-2 for McDonald. Reaching for it is Koss, and he skies it foul behind home plate. It falls on the press box at McKeon Park. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, I guess Scott Pickler just wanting to get Koss's bat in the lineup, and especially the way that so many YD hitters have been performing lately. Some guy's going to be sitting that's been producing.
Yeah, not enough room on the infield.
1-2 pitch to Koss. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike 3, the first strikeout for Nick McDonald. Adam Kerner will come up to the bat with one away in the second. Koss just fooled on that one a little bit.
The next batter for YD, the catcher from San Diego, number 2, Adam Kerner.
Kerner to plate for the first time. Rounding out the Red Sox order, and the catcher tonight for Brant Herter. He plates in the top of the second with one out, and the base path's empty. McDonald from the windup comes home. A hard grounder. The shortstop, Wenzel, he's up with it, fires a strike over to first. A reach from Lindsley and keeps his foot on the bag, and there's 2 away.
Kerner up there being aggressive, just gets on top of a first pitch fastball from Nick McDonald, and unlike a couple plays ago on that Nick Quintana RBI single, Wenzel, no trouble fielding that one.
So far, a much better inning for McDonald here in the second. Florida International, where he plays his college ball, and a local kid as well from Pembroke, Massachusetts. First pitch to Hamilton, connects on the outside third for a strike. Hamilton flew out to Todd Lott in left field to begin the ball game. 0-1 on the way, wave and a miss, breaking ball, low and away, but Hamilton swings through it. 0-2 the count with 2 away in the second. McDonald trying to send down the Red Sox into the motions from the windup. 0-2 is grounded over to first base. Lindsley's got it, flips on to McDonald covering, and the Red Sox go down 1-2-3 in the second. We go to the home half of the second inning. Red Sox up 2-0 over the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Red Sox up a pair early on the Harbor Hawks on the 4th of July in Hyannis, Massachusetts, McKeon Park, the site for baseball. Dana Gray and TJ Mathewson here with you. So happy on a gorgeous afternoon. It was a little hard to start off for my liking, but it's cooled down as shade starts to creep in from left to right across McKeon Park. Tommy Jew will lead things off. Todd Lott and Seth Gray due up in the second inning to face the YD starter Brant Herter, the lefty, making start number 4. Georgia Tech comes home, strike right down the middle to begin the at-bat to Tommy Jew. 2 fielders' choices and an amazing relay play between Albert, Campbell, and Kerner to end the first inning. Next pitch, swing and a miss from Jew. 0-2 the count on the leadoff man in the second inning. Albert got it right off the foot of the wall. Ball that Albert hit pretty hard. Got it back into Campbell quickly. He fired it into Kerner, had a moment to tag him out. Next pitch, fastball missing away, a ball and 2 strikes.
Good to see Brant getting ahead of Jew right here, really struggling with that command in the first inning.
Looking for strikeout number 1. Lefty on righty matchup. Herter into the motions, 1-2, just a little bit outside. Kerner held it for a second, doesn't get the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the center fielder, Tommy Jew. Junior at Cal Santa Barbara, hitting .217 this summer through 9 games. 2-2 pitch is skied high out into shallow center field. Campbell backing up, camps under it, and he's got it, fighting the sun with the shades for the first out. 1 away, Todd Lott will dig in. Sophomore, 6'4", 220 from Jacksonville, Florida. Batting from the right side against the lefty Herter with 1 away in the bottom of the second. Red Sox up 2-0. Both of those runs coming in the top of the first inning off of 4 hits, 4 singles. It's been a single parade for the Red Sox offense over the last 2 days. Initial offering off speed, and it stays high to begin the at-bat to Lott. His 4 home runs leads Hyannis. Also his 18 strikeouts, though. 1-0 from Herter. Off speed and outside again. 2-0. Looks like Brent's having a tough time locating that pitch early on. Hasn't run into any serious trouble quite yet. Defense has helped him out. Into the motions. 2-0 comes with a fastball. This one drilled out into right center field. Koss going back to the wall at the track, looking up, and that ball is gone. 5th homer of the summer for Todd Lott. Gives it a ride out of McKeon Park, and he cuts into the lead. It's 2-1 Red Sox.
That was an impressive piece of hitting there from Lott. Hits it out to arguably the deepest, one of the deepest parts of this ballpark, out over that right center field fence. And that one cleared by quite a bit up into the trees.
This Red Sox pitching staff entering today had given up the most home runs on the summer. A lot of that has to do with the friendly confines of Red Wilson, but Herter gives up a solo shot at the bottom of the second. Now 2-1 YD, and Seth Gray digs in from the left side. Herter from the windup fires home and misses in the dirt. 1-0 on Gray, the third baseman tonight for Hyannis. Lott, that 5th homer of the summer to lead Hyannis, and doing it all in one swing. Cut the deficit in half. 1-0 fastball at the knees, connects for a strike.
And besides the home runs, this YD staff has been one of the best in the Cape. 2nd in batting average allowed, 2nd in strikeouts, and also allowed the 2nd fewest hits.
1-1 from Herter, wave and a miss. It's interesting, yeah, that ERA is ranked 8th in the league, 4.15. The batting average is 2nd. Herter shakes off one sign from Kerner, now fires home the 1-2, and that one plunks Gray on the right shoulder. He'll take a free pass the painful way. 1 on, 1 out. And the 8-man, Brady Lindsley, coming to the plate. Lindsley from Oklahoma, 6'1", will bat from the left side against the tall lefty Brant Herter. Red Sox up 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Man aboard is Seth Gray, just hit by a pitch. Initial offering, a fastball that misses low. Herter looks over at first. Very slight lead for Gray. Now the offering home. Bounces in the dirt. Kerner to block it with his chest protector. Keeps it in front of him. Brent having a tough time locating the strike zone. He's given up the solo shot to Todd Lott. Team leading 5th of the summer. Let's cut the deficit in half. Herter the signs. Now the 2-0. Fastball upstairs. 3-0. Another batter that Brent Herter has fallen behind. Hasn't been in the driver's seat much this afternoon.
Man, those pitches, they're not missing by much.
Lindsley waits the 3-0. Here it is, right down the middle. Finally a strike in the count for Brent. 3 balls and 1 strike on Brady Lindsley. 207 batter so far this summer through just under 30 at-bats. Lefty deals the 3-1. Outer third called strike. He's fought his way back to count. Push it full. Trying to keep this inning at just 1 run for Hyannis. Gray is off of first. From the stretch, payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. First K of the evening for Brent Herter, and there's 2 away for Kyle Wilkie.
After falling behind 3-0, great job of fighting back in the count with a couple of painted fastballs on the outside corner, and then comes back with an off-speed pitch that Lindsley just swings right over the top of.
Bottom of the order, the catcher, Kyle Wilkie, will dig in with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Gray still on first base, 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. Herter from the stretch comes home and misses inside at the shoelaces. .276 average for Kyle. Plays his college ball at Clemson. 1-0 offering as a hard grounder to the second baseman, Campbell. He's up with it. Got time over to Dashbach at first to retire the side, but not before Todd Lott puts one out of here at McKeon. It's now 2-1 YD as we go to the top of the third. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the third at McKeon Park. 2-1 lead for the Red Sox over the Harbor Hawks. Nick McDonald back out for inning number 3 of work, and he'll face Campbell, Dashbach, and Cotton. What's turning into a gorgeous evening in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Temperature sitting right around 80, not a cloud in the sky, and hundreds on hand to take in this one on the 4th of July. Campbell will dig in. Much better inning for McDonald there in the second. Sent the Red Sox down in order after giving up the 2 runs off of 4 hits in the first inning. Short righty for the Harbor Hawks from the windup. Fires home the first pitch to Campbell. Gets it for a strike on the outer third. Noah singling collected the first hit of the ball game for the Red Sox back in the first inning. 0-1, he grounds this one softly up the middle, ranging to his right is Como. Throws across, not in time nearly to get the speedy Noah Campbell down the first baseline. 2 for 2 now.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. No matter where you put the ball, you always think you got a solid chance to get a base hit out of it. And that, the good speed of Noah Campbell and that perfect placement of Como playing deep in the hole at second base over towards first, and that ground ball up the middle takes him too long to get there and too much speed from Campbell going down the line.
2 singles for Noah Campbell here in the first third of this ball game. Andrew Dashbach will dig in from the right side. Face McDonald for the second time. He flew out to Todd Lott and left back in the first inning. Hoping to move Campbell over as the Red Sox look to respond to Todd Lott's solo homer. That came in the bottom of the second off of Brent Herter. McDonald glances over his shoulder, now throws over. Campbell sliding back in, puts his right hand on the bag. He's safe. And he can't blame him. The speed that Campbell's shown on the base paths, turning routine ground balls into singles, you'd have to think he might think about stealing. First pitch to Dashbach. Lets it go by right down the middle for a strike. The Stanford boy, a teammate of Nico Horner, 2017 YD Red Sox, who was just phenomenal for this YD batting order. Dashbach living up to his expectations as well. 352 with 3 homers and 9 RBIs. McDonald, the righty, setting just above the belt. Comes home, swing and a miss from Dashbach. Down in the count, 0-2. Already 0 for 1 today with Campbell off of first base. No outs in the top of the third. Red Sox 2, Harbor Hawks 1. McDonald getting the signs from Wilkie. Now comes home with the 0-2 fastball just outside. Good eye from Dashbach. Kept the bat on his shoulders. A ball and 2 strikes on Andrew. McDonald going into his senior year at Florida International. Already made 3 starts for the Harbor Hawks. A 1-1 record. 1-2 pitch to Dashbach. Off speed, and it breaks away off the plate to even the count back up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quinn Cotton stands on deck as the Red Sox hope to add on a couple more runs here in the 3rd. Campbell with the leadoff single, getting his lead off of first. The set from McDonald in the 2-2 is hit a mile high into shallow center field. Tommy Jew coming in a few steps, ranges under it, and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 away and a runner on for Quinn Cotton, also 1 for 1 today. One of the 4 singles the Red Sox put together in the top of the 1st inning that helped plated 2 runs. Cotton also came around to score. Used the wheels on that Nick Quintana RBI single. Campbell, the leadoff of first, held on by Brady Lindsley. McDonald focusing on Cotton. Fires home the first pitch for a strike. 3 games today across the Cape. Only other in action at the moment, the Mariners visiting Stony Brook Field. Well in control, a 6-1 lead over the last place Whitecaps. 0-1 count on Cotton. McDonald sets, and the pitch. Hit and run put in motion, and this chopper gets past the glove of Como into shallow center field. Campbell will stop at 3rd. Cotton over at 1st. Hit and run working to perfection once again for Scott Pickler. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Cotton puts it on the right place, the right side of the infield, and another friendly hop on this McKeon Park dirt infield as it takes a hop over second baseman Como, right past his glove, over his head, and into right center field. Now, a couple more singles and runners on the corners for Reese Albert, the red-hot Reese Albert.
6 singles already today. Whitey ended yesterday's ball game with 11 in that 12-10 win. 1st and 3rd, 1 away, Reese Albert at the plate. First pitch, fastball missing away to the FSU kid who's having himself a summer. Already an RBI single today. Gives him 9 RBIs on the season. Number 10, just 90 feet away down the line in Noah Campbell. Cotton a lead off of first. Throw over there to first, and Campbell back in. That was close. Drawing a rise from the Harbor Hawks dugout. Quintana on deck with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Red Sox out in front, 2-1. McDonald sets, comes home, foul tipped right back into the glove of Wilkie. A ball and a strike on Albert. Righty on lefty matchup in the top of the 3rd. Campbell singled to begin the inning. Dashbach flew out to center, and Cotton singled to move Campbell over to 3rd. McDonald decides, fires home a fastball low. 2-1 on Reese Albert. He's put in some good at-bats lately. Average has improved quite a bit. Also worked 6 walks. Just 30 at-bats. 2-1 count on the lefty from Jupiter, Florida. Another throw over. Cotton safely in. You have to think maybe Red Sox would try the 1st and 3rd steal. Phenomenal speed on the base paths at the moment. With Campbell on 3rd and Cotton at first base. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Albert. Off speed and missing away. 3 balls and a strike now. A favorable count for Albert.
Or just send Cotton from first and make Hyannis decide if they're going to try and throw out Cotton with good speed over at first, down at second, or just hold it to keep Campbell at 3rd.
Throw over to first. Cotton is back in once again.
Or if Scott Pickler's feeling some 4th of July magic, just drop down a suicide squeeze.
We've seen it already a few times. This game number 20, and at least a handful Scott Pickler has called for in the first half of the season. Runners at 1st and 3rd, top of the 3rd. 3-1 pitch. That misses outside. Ball 4. Nick McDonald has walked the bases loaded, and Nick Quintana, a guy that's getting hot, will dig in.
The third baseman for the University of Arizona, number 12, Nick.
Just the first walk issued by Nick McDonald this afternoon. Pitch count elevating. 2 1/3 innings pitched. He's already up to 45, giving up 2 runs to the Red Sox off of 6 hits. Here in the top of the third, YD players at every station. Campbell at third, Cotton at the middle bag, Albert at first. Initial offering to Quintana off speed, falls into the zone for a strike. RBI single for Nick back in the first inning. That scored Cotton. Quintana hoping for a few more here. McDonald into the motions, delivers off speed, missing away. Evening the count up at a ball and a strike on the Arizona Wildcat. 14 homers for Quintana at school this past year. 6 last summer for the Red Sox, and finally picked up the first one of the season yesterday at Red Wilson. 1-1 delivery to Quintana, lays off of it at fastball high, right at eye level. 2-1 the count. Great crowd in Hyannis, lining all the bleachers down the left and right field line. The Hawks Nest, full capacity. 2-1, wave and a miss. Quintana behind it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, would Nick McDonald love a strikeout here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Campbell off of third, Cotton off of second. Albert, the lead at first base. 2-2 pitch to Quintana. He swings and gives it a ride, but foul down the left field line, just a little bit out in front of that one. If he straightens that one out, could be a grand slam. Only 324 down the left field line.
Would have cleared all of the trees out there in left field. That kind of shows off all the power he has in that bat.
1-run lead for the Red Sox in the top of the third, hoping to expand it here. 2-2 count on Quintana. Here's the pitch. Off speed, grounded into the glove of the third baseman. Gray has it on to second for 1. Over to first. Double play. Twin killing turned by the Hyannis infield. And Nick McDonald gets out of the bases loaded jam. We go to the home half of the third inning. Red Sox up 2-1. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the order due up for the Harbor Hawks to face Brent Herter for the second time this evening. A 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. Quintana grounding into a 5-4-3 double play to end the top of the third. And the Red Sox spoil a golden opportunity to add on a few more runs. Can't do it. It's just a 1-run lead into the bottom of the third. Wenzel to plate against Herter. He walked to begin the ball game just about an hour ago. Batting from the right side, the Baylor kid. Herter from the windup fires home a strike right down the middle. That's something that Herter struggled to do so far today. Get ahead of hitters. He's out in front 0-1 offering, lofted out into left field, sends Cotton back a little bit. Looks like he's got it at the track and makes the catch for the first out. 2 pitches and 1 out for Brant Herter, and Braden Como will dig in. This is a Harbor Hawks team that was the lone West squad to not make the 2017 playoffs. Right now in prime position, 25 points, just 1 away from first. And with the game idle tonight, they could hop out in front with a victory.
And this time is called, the only West team playing tonight.
Just because of the proximity between YD and Hyannis, they're the closest east and west. First pitch, line through the hole on the left side, a base hit. Como jumped off of that first offering, and he's aboard with a single. You've got the Mariners and the Whitecaps, those 2 teams pretty close, just across Route 6. And then the rivalry between Orleans and Chatham meeting up at Veterans Field tonight. 4 other West teams have 4th of July off, but the Harbor Hawks in action hosting YD. 1 out and a runner aboard. It's Como and Matt Barefoot batting from the right side. First pitch slipped out of the hand, it looked like, of Herter. Missing well outside. Barefoot was the guy that was thrown out at home plate in the first inning. Wonderful relay from Albert to Campbell to Kerner to gun down the Harbor Hawks designated hitter in his tracks at home. 1-0 from Herter. Dips in, catches the inside third. Evens the count up at 1-1. .377 hitter. Barefoot, who reached base on the fielder's choice back in the first inning. 1-1 pitch off speed in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike on Barefoot. And talk about that play from the Red Sox. Outfield and infield. One of the first of its kind that we've seen here in Game 20. Definitely a highlight reel from the defense. There's been some great plays so far. Herter looks at first. Now comes home with a 2-1. Did blow as well. 3 balls and a strike on Barefoot, pitching around the designated hitter with Como off of first. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Red Sox 2, Harbor Hawks 1. Herter from the stretch. 3-1 fastball is spoiled. Back over our heads behind the netting. Pushes the count full. Como singling on the first pitch he saw from Herter. Takes his lead off of first base, held on by Dashbach. 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd. Herter readies the payoff pitch. Here it is, lined over the head of Dashbach into right field. Getting to it is the right fielder, Christian Koss. A bullet over to third base, and it gets away from Nick Quintana, backed up by Herter. Wow, what a cannon from the first right fielder, Christian Koss, making his debut in the outfield. That one hop to Nick Quintana, and if he corrals that, he might have been out.
And it looked like David Hamilton, the shortstop, was trying to cut it off, pulls his glove back a little bit too early. Looked like he might have caught a piece of his glove and slowed down just a little bit. Had he not done that, I think Koss might have had him at third.
Trevor Hopper will dig in with now 2 runners in scoring position. Barefoot advancing to second as Hamilton allowed the throw to go to third base. Luckily, though, the pitcher, Brant Herter, was backing up Quintana at third base. Kerner stood up for a second as if he thought they were going to intentionally walk Hopper. Now another look back into the Red Sox dugout. And Kerner will stay in his crouch. Lefty Hopper, right fielder tonight for Hyannis with 1 out. First pitch, off speed for a strike. Trevor hit the first time up. Ball a mile. Went right off the foot of the fence. 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Herter getting ahead of another batter. Run into trouble once again in the bottom of the 3rd. It's Como off of third base. Barefoot at the middle bag. And an 0-2 count on Trevor Hopper. Herter readies. Next pitch. Outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Red Sox clinging to a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 3rd. Haver trying to change that. 1-2, cut and a miss, strike 3. Haver goes down by way of the K. The second strikeout for Herter, and there's 2 away in the third.
Well, able to finally get control of that breaking ball for that strike 3. Paints it right on that inside corner, and Haver just not able to put barrel on ball as he swings right over the top of it.
Tommy Jew, the man tabbed with salvaging something in the bottom of the third for the Harbor Hawks. Second and third. Red Sox up 1 run. Jew batting from the right side. Herter readies the first pitch. This one driven out into right field. Koss back on it. His horse fighting the sun, and he's got it on the jog. Christian Koss makes the catch to retire the side. We're through 3 full innings from McKeon Park. YD with a 2-1 lead over Hyannis. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the fourth from McKeon Park. Red Sox with a 2-1 lead over the Harbor Hawks, and 7, 8, 9 due up for YD. Zubia, Koss, and Kerner to face McDonald for the second time this evening. He's settled down really nicely. Gave up those 4 singles in the first inning, the 2 runs, a 1-2-3 perfect in the second, and got out of a bases-loaded jam when Nick Quintana grounded into a 5-4-3 double play to end the top of the third. McDonald on the first base side of the rubber. Initial offering to Zubia is lofted out into shallow center field. Coming on is Jew. Drops the cap, but he makes the catch on the run. Good contact from Zubia, seeing the ball really well, just couldn't find the right spot of the outfield.
Jew got a great read on that ball, charging in full speed from about medium depth center field, coming all the way in near the infield to make that grab.
1 away in the top of the fourth. Base is empty for Christian Koss. Strikeout victim back in the second inning. McDonald's initial offering, breaking ball in the dirt, and Koss swings right through it. Strike 1 on Christian, who's out in right field today. Usually we see him at either second base or shortstop, even at third. Gets his first start in the outfield. 0-1 to Koss. Off speed again. This one misses inside, evens the count up at 1-1. And TJ, we were talking during the break. That was quite a cannon that he threw in over to third base. Powerful stuff. 1-1. That on the outer third, a fastball. Called strike 1 and 2.
Well, shortstops usually have really good arms, but you just wouldn't think. You move them out to right field, and all of a sudden you really see.
McDonald's next offering, 1-2, grounded over to Gray, charging, flips on to first in time to retire Koss, and there's quickly 2 away here in the fourth.
Well, then you really get to see him, wind up and unleash the full strength of his arm, and we saw it there. If Hamilton doesn't touch that ball, it's a line drive, 1 hop right to Nick Quintana, and probably would have been in time to gun out the Harbor Hawk base runner.
Adam Kerner at the dish with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Base is empty. Red Sox up 2-1 over Hyannis. Kerner grounding out to short at Wenzel in the second inning. First pitch is a fastball missing at the shoelaces. Kerner came up with that clutch hit about a week ago in Harwich in the 11th inning. had a home run in his first game in a Red Sox uniform. Next offering, fastball that stays high at the letters, 2-0 the count on the Red Sox catcher, who's produced in some big spots so far in 2018.
We saw earlier last week a go-ahead single against the Harwich Mariners. That a game for first place.
2-0, right down the middle for a strike with the fastball. McDonald working on Adam Kerner, a 2-1 count. No one on base and 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Time called by Kerner. Looked like he was trying to swat some flies away from his face, and McDonald was already getting in the motions.
Saw Dashbach doing that back in the 3rd inning.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Kerner. Off speed and it hangs high. 3-1. Top of the order on deck in David Hamilton, should he be needed. Kerner trying to extend this 4th inning after Zubia flew out to center field and Koss grounded out to 3rd. McDonald readies. 3-1 fastball driven out into the gap in right center. Hauver moving over, though, and catches it on the run. YD goes down 1-2-3 for the second time in this ball game, and we go to the home half of the 4th. 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 4th inning, and a dangerous man at the plate. Todd Lott hit a solo shot in his previous plate appearance against Brent Herter. Now in the bottom of the 4th, a 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. He'll face him again. Herter, the lefty starter for the Red Sox, about to offer in pitch number 50 of start number 4. Here it comes. Breaking ball that falls into the zone at the knees for a strike, getting ahead of Todd Lott. That solo homer well out of here into the trees in right center. 0-1 breaking ball, wave and a miss. Big swing from Lott, and it comes up empty. Rapidly 0-2 on the left fielder for the Harbor Hawks. And a quick moving ball game on the 4th of July. Herter from the windup. 0-2 buries a fastball in the dirt. No offering from Lott. He lays off of it. A ball and 2 strikes. Leads Hyannis with 5 homers. Also those 18 strikeouts, though, that we often see in tandem. 1-2 pitch, just getting a piece of it. Fouls it hard towards the Harbor Hawks dugout to stay alive in the count. Game number 20 of the season. Red Sox 11-6-2. Harbor Hawks 12-6-1. 1-2 just nicked foul again. Back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. The count remains, and 2 teams that are getting hot at the right time. Red Sox on a 3-game winning streak. Hyannis, they've won 2 in a row. Chance to leapfrog the idle Gateman into first place tonight. Herder, 1-2, another grounder. This one down the first baseline, but foul. Good battle put up by Lott here to begin the bottom of the fourth inning. Red Sox have had their chances to expand this lead. 2 runs off of 6 hits. Harbor Hawks have threatened as well. Had a guy gunned down at home plate. That was barefoot back in the first. Next pitch. Fought off foul just again. That one off the body of Lott. Stings him, and he gingerly walks around home plate. And the count remains. Shade starting to creep its way left to right across McKeon Park. Ton of fans on hand as expected in game 1 of a home-and-home series between the Red Sox and the Harbor Hawks. They'll see each other once again right back at Red Wilson Field tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and then surprisingly won't meet up until the last 2 games of the regular season. Another home-and-home, that one beginning at YD. 1-2 pitch again, just outside. Tried to place it on the outside corner, but the count moves to 2-2 with no outs and no one on base in the bottom of the fourth. Red Sox still clinging to that 2-1 advantage. Herder into the windup, the leg kick, 2-2. Misses upstairs. The count's been pushed full. Lott fouled off and spoiled good 3 or 4 pitches. Now is taken 2. Count is pushed full with no outs. Herder shakes off one sign from Kerner, likes the next, and fires in a fastball. This one grounded through the hole on the left side, past the glove of Hamilton. Todd Lott 2 for 2 with the homer, and now a leadoff single in the bottom of the fourth. 5th hit off of Herder this afternoon, and Seth Gray will dig in. He had a short at bat his first time up, was plunked by a pitch on the right shoulder that got away from Herder. Gray would be stranded, though, at first base as the second inning concluded. Slightly inside-out stance in the lefty box with no outs and a man aboard. Herder looks at first, now fires home a fastball connecting on the outer third for a strike. Seth Gray out of Wright State, 6'4", 220 in the lefty box, waiting the next offering. Throw over to first, and back in standing is Lott. 3 for 4 on stolen base attempts so far this summer for the Harbor Hawks, a team that's fewest in the league in stolen bases, just 14. Next pitch, that catches the outside corner. Herder getting ahead of another batter. Quickly 0-2 on Seth Gray. No outs in the fourth. Lott off of first base. 0-2 pitch just outside. Kerner tried to frame it and push it in. Some of the YD faithful don't like the call, but Rick Antonio stands firm. A ball and 2 strikes. Gray at the plate. Lott off of first. Herder trying to work out of a leadoff single. Sets at the chest and deals. Fought off foul. Skied into the bleachers on the left side behind home plate. Goes as a souvenir for a few of the younger fans. They get to keep those foul balls. Adds a little extra excitement to some of the younger fans that get to come out and watch some of the best collegiate baseball players in the nation travel to Cape Cod for the summer. Try and put on a show for the many scouts that are standing behind home plate. 1-2 count on Gray. Lott is off of first base. No outs in the fourth. 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. Herder deals. This one spanked right back at Herder off his glove, and the ball rolls away from him. No play to be made. Everybody's safe. That one hit very, very hard right back at the glove of Herder. Had a chance to maybe catch it. Went off the webbing and then rolled past the mound. Scott Pickler out of the dugout to check on his starting pitcher. Nevertheless, Gray will advance over to first base. Shirley with a single. Lott with another single. He's at second base now. Pickler a couple of words with Herder, and it seems whatever Brandt said amused Pickler as now he walks back and everyone seems to be okay. Kerner now back behind the dish. First 2 on in the fourth inning for the Harbor Hawks, and Brady Lindsley now to plate for the second time this evening. Bottom of the fourth, 2-1 lead for YD over the Harbor Hawks. Both of those YD runs came in the first inning off of 4 singles. Lone Harbor Hawks run was courtesy of a Todd Lott solo dinger. He stands at second base now. Seth Gray at first. No outs in the fourth. Lindsley at the dish, showing bunt. Pitch comes in, and he nicks it foul back behind home plate. Quintana charging in down the third base line. Now he'll hang out at the lip of the infield grass. Lindsley, one of the 2 strikeout victims of Herder's afternoon. Got him swinging back in the second inning. Now trying to sacrifice 2 runners over. Lefty on lefty matchup. Lindsley showing bunt. Herder readies, and the pitch. Off speed, and it catches the inside corner. 0-2 on Lindsley. Now we'll have to see if that bunt sign stays on. Looks down the third base line to make sure he has the correct instruction. Digs back into the lefty box. Quintana, lip of the infield grass. Dashbach playing behind the runner, Gray. A lead for Lott off of second. 0-2 pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout for Herder. He gets Lindsley for the second time this evening. A big first out of the inning. That opens up the double play.
Number 14, Kyle Wilkie.
An inning-ending double play at that to get out with minimal damage. And Kyle Wilkie, the bottom of the order, will step up from the right side. Noah Campbell, the second baseman, playing towards the middle bag. Rest of the infield at normal depth. Dashbach playing behind the runner. First pitch, off speed, and it breaks too far in. A ball to begin the second at-bat to Wilkie. Grounded out to the second baseman, Campbell, back to end the second inning. Harbor Hawks have the 4th best offense in the Cape. Catapulted to second place in the West Division. Next pitch to Wilkie. This one outside. So it goes inside, then outside. 2 balls to start off the at-bat to the Harbor Hawks catcher with 2 aboard. Just 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox still with that 2-1 lead in game number 20 of the season. They'll keep first place no matter what tonight. A 4-point advantage over the second place Anglers in the East Division. 2-0 count on Wilkie. Herder readies and deals a grounder past the dive of Campbell into right field. Koss got it on the run. He fires into the infield. Dashbach will stop it. 1 run will score. We've got a fresh new ball game at McKeon Park as Lott comes in. RBI single for Kyle Wilkie. 2-2 now the score in the bottom of the 4th. Still runners at first and second. It's RBI number 4 of the summer for the catcher from Clemson, and the lineup will turn over. Davis Wenzel will dig in another prime opportunity for more runs. So Harbor Hawks look to take their first lead of the evening. Lott comes in to score, responsible now for both runs scored by the Harbor Hawks. Wenzel from the right side. Lefty Herder deals, starts him off with a breaking ball inside that misses. Wenzel walked to begin the ball game in the first. Was retired on the base paths and then also flew out to Cotton. That coming in the 3rd inning. Now bats in the bottom of the 4th with runners at first and second. 1-0 on the way. Fastball missing away. 2 balls, no strikes on the leadoff man for Hyannis. Slight wind gusts going out towards center field. For the most part, though, a very calm Wednesday evening in Hyannis, Mass. Temperatures around the 80s, bit muggy. And Hyannis hoping to take the first lead. Next pitch, fastball, nabs the inside corner for a strike. Just 1 out. Runners on first and second. It's Gray at the middle bag. Wilkie is at first. 1 run already in. 2-2 score. Herder readies. The pitch misses inside. Brent Herder having a tough time locating the strike zone this evening. In start number 4, in a game that has gone back and forth. The Red Sox scored the first 2 runs. Hyannis has battled its way all the way back. Pitch from Herter is lined hard but foul. Up and out of play. He really turned on that one in front of that offering from Herter. Trying to keep this a tie ball game and minimize the damage in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wenzel digs back into the righty box. First and second. Just one out in the bottom of the 1st. Herter readies, and this one popped up high in the infield. The infield fly rule in effect as Tom Kennedy holds his hand up in the air. Quintana makes the catch nonetheless, and there's 2 away. A big out for Herter. He gets the strikeout looking of Brady Lindsley, then gives up the RBI single, but the pop-up to record the 2nd out of the 4th inning, and Braden Como will dig in. Gray holds at second, and Wilkie still at first base. He just picked up that RBI single to knot us even at 2. Como from the right side digs in. Rice product batting .333. Second best average on the Harbor Hawks. Only behind Barefoot. He's on deck. Herter readies. First pitch, wave and a miss. Bottom dropped out of that one. And Como came up fishing. He falls behind in the count, 0-1. Some stirring in the Red Sox bullpen down the right field line. Herter working in inning number 4. Leg kick offers home, off speed away, a ball and a strike. All 3 of Herter's starts. He's gone 5 full innings. 3 of those games just given up 7 hits in total. 1 win to his name. Glances back at second a couple times. Deals home with a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball that fooled Como. Herter really in the driver's seat here. A ball had 2 strikes with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Lott led off the angle with a single. Came around to score via the RBI from Kyle Wilkie. He stands at first base. It's Seth Gray at second. 1-2 pitch. Missing outside. Meant the glove of Kerner at the spot. No offering from Como, though. It evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order due up for YD in the top of the 5th. Braden Como hoping to extend the bottom of the 4th, though, and give Hyannis the lead. Herter's 2-2 pitch is lofted out into shallow center field. Campbell a few steps back and has it to make the catch for out number 3. The side is retired, but the Harbor Hawks tack on a run. We've got a fresh new ball game as we go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 5th at McKeon Park, and a fresh new ball game. 2-2 the score between the Harbor Hawks and the Red Sox. Dana Gray here with you in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Approaching the 7:30 hour as the sun sets to our left. under the trees. A gorgeous Wednesday evening, a 4th of July that couldn't be spent at a better spot. It's been a good ball game so far. Nick McDonald has used 61 pitches to get through the first 4 innings, and he's back out there for Chad Gaspin's squad to face David Hamilton. First pitch starts him off with a breaking ball on the inner third to get ahead of Hamilton, who's 0 for 2 today. Flew out to left and then grounded out to first in the second. 0-1 for McDonald. Dips low and swings in. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. So Lott came around to score in the bottom of the 4th. Second run he's scored. Tie us even. Next pitch bounces in the dirt and Hamilton lays off of it. Puts him in a favorable count, 2-1. The Texas kid, one of the latest arrivals to this Red Sox team. Leading off today. 2-1. That inside and low. 3 balls and a strike. 1 away from putting the leadoff man aboard. And Hamilton, who's got phenomenal speed. If he can just get to first base, he can tear around the base paths. 3-1 pitch from McDonald. Misses away for ball 4. A leadoff walk for David Hamilton. Red Sox get the first guy on. And Noah Campbell will come to the plate already 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Just the second free pass issued of the evening by Nick McDonald. In start number 4 for Hyannis. ERA entering today at 6.94. Given up 2 runs so far through 4 innings of work. Campbell at the plate, batting from the left side. Hamilton slight lead off of first. Quick throw over there, and Hamilton will jog right back in and touch in safely. Phenomenal speed, as mentioned. 31 stolen bases this past spring season at Texas. Already 2 for 2 through his 3 games for the Red Sox. First pitch to Campbell, lays off of it and takes it for a strike. Campbell waiting in the lefty box, getting the signs from Scott Pickler down the third baseline. Now digs back in, twirls the bat once, and readies for the next offering from the righty McDonald. 0-1 pitch, here it comes. Fastball that nabs the outer third. Campbell didn't love that call, and he's in a hole 0-2. Dashbach on deck. Cotton in the hole with Hamilton on first base. Walking to start off the inning, regains his lead. He's held on by Lindsley. Long look in for McDonald, now throws over, and Hamilton back in standing. You have to think that the Harbor Hawks have read the scouting report on him, paying a lot of attention to the Red Sox shortstop. Takes that lead off of first again. McDonald setting at the belt. 0-2. Fastball misses away. No offering from Campbell. A ball and 2 strikes now on the second baseman for the Red Sox. South Carolina, where he had a .275 average this season. Elevated it so far this summer. .360 clip, already 2 for 2 today. 1-2 pitch to Campbell. Lays off a bit, but it's called strike 3 on the outer third. Little bite to that offering from McDonald. Just his 3rd K of the evening, and there's 1 away. Andrew Dashbach will now step in. Good put-out pitch from Nick McDonald to get the first out of the 5th inning. You got Zubia to strike out looking, Koss swinging. Now Campbell looking as well. 1 out, 1 on, 2-2 ball game. Dashbach at the plate. He calls time immediately. 0 for 2 today, uncharacteristically. Couple of flyouts, 1 to left to Lott and 1 to center to Jew. Lead for Hamilton off of first. Initial offering, he's going. Pitch missed. Throw down to second, not even close. Hamilton swipes bag number 3 of the summer, moves into scoring position. Got a great jump in that throw from Wilkie. Pulled Como off the bag, moving right to left. So even if it was in time, it wasn't on target. And Hamilton, he'll take second base. Dashbach readying. Hamilton the lead off of second. 1-0 pitch. Cut on and fouled high over our heads out of play. Red Sox with the best offense in the league, 281 collective average, best on base percentage at 367. Also struck out the fewest times as a collective group, only 130. 1-1 count on Dashbach. Hamilton off of second. Next pitch, wave and a miss. Breaking ball falling away and low, but fooled Dash. Now a ball and 2 strikes on the Stanford Cardinal. Top of the 5th inning at McKeon Park. Red Sox 2, Harbor Hawks 2. Hamilton representing that go-ahead run at second base. 1-2 pitch to Dashbach, just fights it off, foul. Bounding grounder out of play down the third baseline, and the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Last summer, the Red Sox took the season series against the Harbor Hawks 3-1, outscored Hyannis 17-8, large part thanks to a 10-0 shutout win to end the summer in August right here in Hyannis. 1-2 count on Dashbach. Hamilton on second, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Dashbach retired, fooled by the off-speed offering from McDonald. Back-to-back Ks for the righty, and there's 2 outs. Quinn Cotton, the last hope for the Red Sox here in the 5th inning. Trying to make good on a leadoff walk from David Hamilton. Stole second in that previous at-bat. He's been kept there as Campbell struck out looking. Dash now goes down swinging, and Cotton will dig in. Twirls the bat through the zone from the righty side, facing the right-handed hurler McDonald. Initial offering misses inside, and Cotton successfully checks his swing. Pitch count over 75 now for McDonald in start number 4 for Hyannis, hoping for victory number 2 of the campaign. 1-0 count on Cotton. Runner on second, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that drops into the zone for a strike. That evens the count up at 1-1 on Quinn Cotton. Grand Canyon product that led his squad with a 390 clip past season. 62 runs scored and 5 home runs. Still hoping for his first in a Red Sox uniform. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Cotton waits on it, but hits it hard, just foul past the third base bag on the ground. That's a foot to the right. That's got extra bases written all over it. Hamilton surely would have scored from second, but it just goes as a foul ball. Albert stands on deck, 1 for 1 today with the single and the walk, as Wilkie goes out to chat with Nick McDonald. Got Cotton here in a 1-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. 2-2 ball game at McKeon. Game 1 of 2 to be played between both of these squads in just as many days. McDonald setting just above the belt, glances back at second at Hamilton. Now fires home. Another grounder foul down the third baseline. Cotton battling here in the top of the 5th. Eight RBIs for Cotton this summer, number 9 on second base. Wouldn't take much to score Hamilton. Only a single, it would do. McDonald readies. Next offering, off speed and away. Cotton tries to check his swing. They appeal to Mike Collier at first. Say no swing from Cotton, and he stays alive. 2-2 the count now. 2 runs off of 6 hits for YD. 2 off of 7 for the Harbor Hawks. Lone error going against the YD squad. 2-2 count on Cotton. Hamilton is on second base with 2 away in the top of the 5th. Nick McDonald fires in. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 3. 3 strikeouts in a row for McDonald to retire the side. We go to the home half of the 5th inning. 2-2 ball game between Red Sox and the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Bottom half of the 5th inning here at McKeon Park. Beautiful Hyannis, Massachusetts. Hyannis and YD all tied up at 2 on a beautiful Wednesday evening, 4th of July here on Cape Cod. Sun setting out behind home plate off to the third base side, just making for a picturesque setting and a great day for baseball here on the Cape. Brant Herter's evening is done for YD. 4 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, a walk and 3 strikeouts. He'll give way to Chandler Fidel, another tall, lanky lefty on the mound for YD, an ERA at 4.32 in 6 games this season. 8 1/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts for the lefty. He'll fire home the first pitch on the way to Matthew Barefoot, the designated hitter, for strike 1. Barefoot, 3rd in the Cape League in average entering the game today. 0-1 on the way, misses outside with a curveball. 1-1, the count on Barefoot. 377 average. A 9-game hitting streak that he extended to 10 with a single back in the 3rd inning. It's 1 for 2 today. Fidel kicks. Here's the 1-1. That curveball catches the inside corner, breaks right off, starts on that outside corner, works its way back in. And Fidel ahead of Barefoot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stares right over his glove at Adam Kerner. Here's the windup, the 1-2. Curveball. That one's lined out to the left side. Shortstop David Hamilton there with the backhand. Long throw on over to first in time for out number 1. Nice play out at shortstop by David Hamilton, deep in the hole with the backhand about belt high. Turns and throws a rocket over to Andrew Dashbach for out number 1. That'll bring up Trevor Hauver. Hauver, a booming double back in the 1st inning, but a great relay by the YD defense. Christian Koss and Noah Campbell kept a run off the board and then struck out swinging against Brant Herter back in the 3rd. First pitch from Fidel over on the inside corner for strike 1. Hauver, the ASU product, finishing up his freshman season with the Sun Devils, primarily an outfielder. Next pitch on the way will dip down and away for ball 1. 1-1 the count on Hauver. Fidel winds. Here's the 1-1. Popped up on the infield. Back goes Hamilton behind second base. About 10 feet out into the outfield grass. He's there, and he'll make the catch for a quick out number 2 here in the 5th. Here's Tommy Jew, the center fielder. 0 for 2, a pair of flyouts. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Today, just a .217 batting average for the Harbor Hawks here at around the halfway point of the season for YD, this being game number 19, 20 on the season for YD. For the Harbor Hawks, 19 as well. His first pitch from Fidel over on the outside corner for a strike. Hyannis 25 points, 2nd in the Western Division to the Wareham Gatemen. Fidel winds. Here's the next pitch over on the outside corner. 0-2 the count on Jew. And the YD atop of the Eastern Division, 24 points at 11, 6, and 2 halfway through the season. Jew digs back in from the right side. Fidel a strike away from getting out of the inning. Here's the 0-2. Fastball dips low. 1-2 now the count. For YD, a run back in the 1st inning to lead off this ball game. 4 singles in that frame, an RBI single by Albert, and Quintana would bring home the 2 YD runs. A swing and a miss for strike 3 by Tommy Jew, and an efficient 1-2-3 inning from Chandler Fidel out of the YD bullpen, recording his first strikeout of the evening as we head to the top of the 6th, all tied up at 2 here at McKeon Park. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the order for the YD Red Sox as they are all tied up at 2 with the Harbor Hawks at McKeon Park, Hyannis, Massachusetts for some 4th of July baseball on Cape Cod. It'll be Reese Albert, Nick Quintana, and Zach Zubia to face the new pitcher from Dallas Baptist, Parker Towns, so far this season, coming in relief of Nick McDonald. 1-0 record, 4 games. Has not allowed a run in 5 1/3 innings pitched. Struck out 3 and only walked 1. Final line for McDonald. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. 2 walks and 5 for the first. Pair of RBI singles by first 2 men to lead off this inning. Reese Albert will watch one high and away for ball 1 from Towns. It was Albert with the RBI single to lining a single for an RBI, and then Quintana would follow with one right after him. So that one's dribbled to the right side. Kicking it is Lindsley at first. Shovels it over the pitcher, covering the bag at first, and in time for out number 1. Base coach for YD can't believe the call at first base. But 1 down for the Red Sox. That'll bring up Nick Quintana. In the first inning, that RBI single, as I mentioned, grounded into a double play in the 3rd as well. 1 for 2 on the day. Scorching hot hitter entering this ball game. .348 batting average over his last 10 games. First pitch from Towns. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Real struggle for Nick, the start of the season. So we welcome you back into this edition of Red Sox Baseball. Apologize for the brief technical difficulties. Our stream going down for just a second. We welcome you back. Zach Zubia steps in. Nick Quintana reaching the base with a 1-out walk. 1 on for the DH for YD today. Tall 6'4". Right-hand hitter strides in. Downs kicks. Here's the first pitch. Bounces in there. Blocked by Wilkie again. That's ball 1. Zubia checked in with his first home run of the season against Brewster yesterday. That coming in the 5th inning. Would put the 12th run on the board for YD. That's all they need. 10-12 win over the Brewster Whitecaps. So on to the next pitch from Towns. Misses high. 2 balls and no strikes on Zubia. Hit that home run. A towering blast over the left field fence that, in fact, landed where his family was sitting. They're in town visiting him. Zach, of course, from the University of Texas. They were able to get that ball. Milestone moment for Zach. Towns kicks. Here's the next pitch. Check swing foul and just missed Christian Koss, who's standing on deck on the first base side of home plate. Bounces off the brick wall. And the count now 2-1 on Zubia. Zubia played in the Northwoods League last summer with the Rochester Honkers. 22 home runs, 41 extra base hits. That is a Northwoods League record. Zubia back in as a throw over to first by Towns. Quintana will step back in, plenty of time. Zubia originally committed to Tulane, but the head coach over at Tulane, now the head coach at Texas, decided to go over, so Zubia would transfer. It'd be David Pierce, who was at Tulane, now the head coach of the Texas Longhorns. The next pitch on the way from Towns bounces in there, blocked again by Wilkie. 3-1 the count on Zubia. But he would sit out that 2017 spring, also recovering from Tommy John surgery that he got after high school. During that summer in between high school and starting at Texas, sat out 2017, had a good year in 2018 as that one's hit on the left side through the infield into left field for a base hit. 2 straight base runners for the Red Sox here in the 6th. They have something cooking. That'll bring up Christian Koss. That ball not hit all that hard, but had just enough wheels, found the right spot in the infield to get in between Seth Gray at third and Davis Wenzel over at shortstop, get into left field for a base hit. That'll bring up Christian Koss, struck out in the 2nd inning and grounded out to third in the 4th. 0 for 2 today. He strides in with the semi-high socks and some American flag socks, that is, on an Independence Day. The next pitch lined into left field past Wenzel for a base hit. Hitting the bag at third and coming home is Quintana. The throw in from left field, airmailed all the way to the backstop. Running over to third and staying there is Zach Zubia. Advancing to second on the throw is Christian Koss. And YD breaks the tie here in the 6th. An RBI single by Koss. And the Red Sox lead 3-2. Koss, one of the more aggressive guys in this YD lineup. Going up there, swinging at a fastball. Deposits a screaming frozen rope line drive past Davis Wenzel at short. The throw by Lott in left field, airmailed almost everyone. That hit the backstop right in front of us, behind home plate on the first base side, almost in the air. And the run scores, and YD leads 3-2. Hyannis tying up the score back in the bottom half of the 4th inning. RBI single from Kyle Wilkie, the catcher for the Harbor Hawks. So we have a pitch runner for Zach Zubia over at third. It'll be Johnny DeLuca. DeLuca now much better wheels over at third. Zubia, a big guy, as I mentioned. 6'4", 220 plus pounds. The much lighter Johnny DeLuca now out. So Wilkie will now out have a conversation with Towns. He's gotten roughed up a little bit this inning. 3 straight YD base runners reaching. Quintana reaching with 1 out on a walk, and then Zubia would follow him with a single, and Koss would follow him with another single. Yesterday, YD, of their 13 hits, 11 of them for singles, and their first 10 all singles. It's a team not going to hit the ball over the fence a whole bunch, but first in the Cape in batting average coming into today at .281. Now Chad Gassman out of the dugout for the Harbor Hawks. Running for YD here in the 6th, and an arm warming in that Harbor Hawks bullpen. Gassman taking a slow walk out to that mound. Having a conversation on that mound. For YD, 2 runs coming back in the 1st inning. Reese Albert RBI single, Nick Quintana RBI single. Then in the 2nd, Hyannis would respond. A solo home run over the right center field fence by Todd Lott. And then Hyannis would tie it up in the bottom of the 4th inning, an RBI single by Wilkie. And then YD just being able to break through Christian Koss, an RBI single. So the Harbor Hawks still out on the mound, talking strategy. Adam Kerner at the plate for YD. 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a fly out for the backstop. Getting the start today. We saw Matt Dyer get the start behind the plate yesterday. And then Vito Freesia coming in replacement of him. Towns, looks like his night is done. New Harbor Hawk jogging in from their bullpen out down the third base line, and we'll take a quick break and get the new pitcher to you when we come back. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top half of the sixth inning here at McKeon Park. Red Sox threatening, taking the lead here in the sixth. Up 3-2 over the Harbor Hawks, and 3 straight base runners reach against Parker Towns. His night is done. A third of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run it was earned, a walk and no strikeouts. Now Ryan Pepio out of Butler. And for the Harbor Hawks, tall righty. 6'3", 205 from the right side. 1-0 record in 7 games this season. 1 start. First pitch to Adam Kerner, the Whitey backstop. Off-speed pitch over on the outside corner for a strike. ERA just over 4 at 4.15. 13 innings, 22 strikeouts across just 6 walks. One of the better strikeout guys in the Cape League. It's the kick and the 0-1. Kerner shows bunt, pulls back. Fastball misses high and away. 1-1 the count on Kerner. Kerner 0 for 2 today. Runners on at second and third for the Red Sox. Christian Koss, an RBI single just a batter ago. He stands at second, advancing on a wild throw into home plate by Todd Lott out in left field. Allowed both base runners to advance. DeLuca off of third, Koss off of second. Here's the next pitch. Kerner shows bunt, gets it down, rolls it down the third base side. It's staying fair. DeLuca comes home to score, and it drifts just foul. That looked like it was going to keep rolling down that line, hug the chalk, and just keep staying to the right. And it just a little breath of air pushed that one foul. That was a good try there from Adam Kerner. When you talk about bunting, that's the kind of stuff you want. You stick the hen out there and just get it down enough for make the defense make a play, and had that stayed fair. And YD would have pushed across another run. Now a ball and 2 strikes on Kerner. So he'll step back in. Taps his bat on home plate twice. Pepio on the mound comes set. He's at the runner at third. DeLuca. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses high. 2-2 the count on Kerner. Sun setting. A beautiful sunset here at McKeon Park. If you're standing behind home plate, you just turn to your left and look out beyond the third base line. Just a beautiful sight to see. Pepio set again. Here's the 2-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Kerner goes chasing down and out of the strike zone. That curveball landed in the left-hand hitter batter's box. Now 2 down. Here's David Hamilton. Stride to the plate for the 4th time today. Hamilton walked his last time up in the 5th and was stranded. Grounded out to first base in the 2nd and popped out to left field to lead off the ball game. 0 for 2 on the day. Steps in, prime RBI chance. Runners on at second and third. First pitch, swing and a miss. Pepio blows that fastball right by Hamilton. Some good zip on that fastball. Past season at Butler for Pepio. 2.62 ERA. Next pitch on the way off. Speed pitch. Check. Swing by Hamilton. He goes around. This home plate umpire, Rick Antonio. The count, no balls and 2 strikes. That's 2.62 ERA. 75 2/3 innings. 15 games. 12 of them starts. Struck out 101 batters. Crossed just 32 walks. Kicks. Here's the 0-2. Off-speed pitch misses outside. Looked like a changeup right there from Pepio. Count now 1-2. Just allowed a 206 batting average against at Butler. So he'll come set on the mound ahead of Hamilton, 1-2. Kicks. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the count on Hamilton evens up the count. They're falling behind 0-2. DeLuca leads off of third. Koss leads off of second. Whitey looking to extend the lead here in the 6th. Pepio stands in again. His defense playing straight up behind him. The runners take their leads. Hamilton waves that bat up near his head. Takes a deep breath. Pepio, here's the 2-2 line past first base, down the right field line for a base hit. Scoring is DeLuca. Storing is Koss. Put it on the wheels is Hamilton. He will guide into second base with a 2 RBI double here in the 6th. Then YD extends the lead to 5-2. Good 2-strike hitting from David Hamilton, getting a fastball in and at around the knees. And on the inside corner, just drops the bat head on it. That sweet left-handed swing and drives it down that right field line and brings home 2 more runners. Here's Noah Campbell, a chance to extend the inning. Batting again for the 4th time today. Pepio stares back at Hamilton at second. Great speed out there. First pitch on the way to Campbell. Over on the outside corner for a strike. So DeLuca, who came in to pitch run for Zach Zubia, crosses the plate, and so does Christian Koss. Cashed in the first run of this 6th inning for YD. Here's the next pitch from Pepio. Swing and a miss. Fastball diving below the knees. And Hamilton couldn't keep the bat on his shoulder. Now quickly 0-2 on Campbell. 9-game hitting streak extended with this single in the first inning. Now at 10 games for YD. Average 358 entering this contest. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Goes chasing after a pitch down and out of the strike zone. Pepio gets his 2nd strikeout of the inning, but not before 3 Red Sox runners cross the plate here in the 6th. Then they take a 5-2 lead headed to the bottom half of the 6th frame. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Back in Hyannis, Massachusetts, McKeon Park. here on the beautiful 4th of July, Wednesday evening. YD in front of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 5-3, 3 runs coming across in the top half of the 6th inning. An RBI single by Christian Koss and a 2 RBI double by David Hamilton. Now Chandler Fidel looking to keep the momentum on YD side. First pitch to Todd Lott. Screamer over to Nick Quintana. Third knocks it down. Throw over to first in time for out number 1. Great defense by the YD infield right there. Nick Quintana having to knock that one down. A hard line drive. Kicks off the heel of his glove. Picks it up. A spin and a one hopper over to Andrew Dashbach. A nice pick over at first base for out number 1.
Just phenomenal stuff from Quintana. And I thought when he picked up that ball, I thought there was no chance for him to get Lott speeding down the line. And Dashbach's pick might have even been better.
The first pitch on the way to Seth Gray misses down and away for ball 1. You know, we've said that Quintana has just all the makes of a future third baseman. Showing off the good glove right there. Next pitch misses down and away with a curveball for Fidel. Want to know even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Gray. He winds. Here's the 1-1. Curveball misses down and away. 2-1 the count on Seth Gray. But then also Dashbach over at first. We've just seen so many times this season how good he is over there. Whether it be on picking the ball out of the dirt or just fielding his position. This next pitch on the way. A fastball catches the outside corner. 2-2 now the count on Seth Gray. Dell holds that glove up next to his ear. Gets the sign and comes set. It's the 2-2. This is outside. Actually, that'll be ball 4. So Seth Gray will take his base and jog down to first. And Fidel walks the second batter here in the 6th. And that'll bring up Brady Lindsay. Lindsley so far, 2 strikeouts. Both coming against Brant Herter, YD starter. Struck out swinging in the 2nd and looking in the 4th. Gray will reach for the second, actually the 3rd time today. An infield single, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Bring up Lindsley, the first baseman. First pitch swing and a miss, and plate umpire Rick Antonio says he got a piece of it. He did. It wasn't a whole lot. Ball goes straight to the backstop. 0-1 the count. Sun almost setting a little bit more. Now completely out of sight. Still plenty of light in the sky. Fidel comes set again. Kicks. Here's the next pitch on the way. That'll miss inside. 1-1 the count.
It's that bread and butter for Fidel. That 12-6 curveball. When he can place it, he's
runner. Seth Gray leads off of first. Hyannis now trailing the Red Sox 5-2. Thanks to that 3-run top of the 6th inning. Now winds. Here's the 2-1. Swung on line into right field for a base hit down the right field line. Round hitting the bag at second and going to third is the base runner. And Seth Gray, the throw to second, not in time, gets away from David Hamilton. Backed up by Quinn Cotton coming all the way in from left field. Now a 1-out double for Lindsley. He ends up at second. Runners on at second and third for the Harbor Hawks. And the 9-man Kyle Wilkie will step to the plate.
Lindsley just turned on that offering from Fidel and found the soft spot with Albert playing a little bit to his right towards center field and maybe not expecting him to turn so harshly on it. Now the Harbor Hawks hoping to respond quickly here.
So here's Wilkie out of Clemson, an RBI single back in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 today. Now winds. Here's the first pitch. Curveball misses inside. Bell trying to keep that much-needed momentum on the side of the Red Sox. Get that shutdown inning. It looks unlikely. Runners on at second and third, just 1 out. ID 2 runs in the 1st and 3 in the top of the 6th. And for Hyannis, a run in the 2nd and a run in the 4th. Wilkie steps in. Back from the right side, holds his hands right at above his chest level, now up to his head. It's the next pitch on the way, over a curveball for a strike. Count now evens up at 1-1.
How big does that hit from David Hamilton look now, especially if the Harbor Hawks can put these two runners home that are in scoring position? That was clutch hitting with 2 outs to give YD some more insurance.
Fidel comes set again, count even at a ball and a strike. Here's the next pitch. Curveball misses outside. 2-1 the count on Wilkie. Now for YD, if they're going to get a fly ball into the outfield, the guy you want catching it, Quinn Cotton out in left field. Best arm in the outfield. Defensive replacements for this inning as Adam Kerner out to have a quick word with Fidel. I'm sure they go over the signs with the runner leading off of second and Brady Lindsley. Zach Ashford into the game for Noah Campbell batting in the 2-hole, and he's now playing center field. Shifting over into right field is Reese Albert, and moving in from right field to play second base is Christian Koss. Now Scott Pickler will make the slow walk out of the YD dugout along the first base line. There's someone warming up in the Red Sox bullpen. Pick looking down that way. We'll see if he decides to make a move. Usually likes to say a few words on the mound before making that move.
And he doesn't care if there's a count on a batter. We see it pretty much at least once a game with a hitter and pitcher doing battle, and Scott Pickle will just come in and make a change. Not sure right now. Now he finally yells signal, just delaying a little bit. Fidel will hand over the baseball.
So you mentioned the in-between count. 2-1 the count on Kyle Wilkie, and he will have to face a new pitcher coming in to throw for YD. It will be Sam Kessler, a right hitter out of West Virginia, to throw for YD. We'll come back on the other side of this pitching break. Your pitching change. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Sam Kessler now on to pitch for the Red Sox in relief of Chandler Fidel. 2 on, just 1 out here in the 6th inning. Fidel leaves with a 2-1 count on Kyle Wilkie. So Kessler out of West Virginia will that 2-1 count, a 1 ERA at just at 1 in 5 games this season, 9 innings pitched. Big spot here with runners on at second and third, 2-1 the count. Right-hander on the mound. He'll kick. Here's his first pitch. Bounces in there, blocked by Kerner. Now 3 balls and 1 strike on Wilkie. 1 for 2 today. Relief of Chandler Fidel. 1 1/3 innings, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base right now for the Harbor Hawks, Seth Gray and Brady Lindsley. It's the wind in the 3-1 from Kessler, swung on and popped high in foul territory down that first baseline. Dashbach has a beat on it. He's there near the YD bullpen to make the catch. He'll turn and throw one into Adam Kerner and make sure the runner Gray at third doesn't come tag and score. But great ranging into foul territory by Andrew Dashbach, and a huge second out.
Well, Kessler just reared back and gave him his hardest stuff with the 3-ball count. He didn't want to put him on to load up the bases and just wasn't really able to get all the way around on that one, Wilkie was, and Dashbach kind of stealing another out. Phenomenal defensive play. Once again, a big second out.
Here's Davis Wenzel. Step in from the right side. Kessler not away from getting out of the jam. First pitch on the way. Misses outside. Wenzel entered this game, reached base in all 17 games he's played for the Harbor Hawks this season, and extended that to 18 games, so this walk to lead off the Harbor Hawks' first inning. Long, luscious hair flowing down to the back of his helmet from the right side. Here's the wind in the first pitch. Next pitch, that'll miss inside. 2-0 the count on Wenzel.
How big would this be for Kessler to come in here with 1 out, second and third, an unfavorable count, and get out of this jam without any runs? Be huge.
Kessler shakes off Kerner once, now comes set. It's the 2-0. Swung on, that one's lifted down the left field line in foul territory over his Cotton, but he'll watch it drift foul and out of play behind the Harbor Hawks bullpen down that left field side. 2-1 the count now on Wenzel. One up there scraping near the clouds if there was going to be any here tonight. Not a cloud in the sky here in Hyannis. Beautiful Independence Day on Cape Cod. Doesn't get much better than that. Fireworks going to be launched out in the harbor, out beyond the right center field fence. Once it gets dark enough, see if we'll be able to catch some during this game. Kessler comes set. Here's the 2-1. Swan, that one's fouled again down the left side. It rolls all the way to the Harbor Hawks bullpen. Count now evens at 2-2. Got to watch the Nathan Hot Dogs eating contest today. Joey Chestnut.
Oh, my word.
We talk about dominance. That 11 championships in 12 years.
New world record too, right?
Yeah. I just get sick watching it. 74 hot dogs. That's incredible. Kessler now with the 2-2 count. Here's the next pitch. Swung on in line. Foul again down the third base side. And right next to that Harbor Hawks bullpen again. Now, I think I can go for maybe, on a good day, maybe 6 hot dogs.
Jeez, 6.
6 hot dogs, and then I'd probably say I'm done for the day.
Are you dunking them in the water?
Oh no! I'd be enjoying. I'd be putting condiments on there, some ketchup and mustard, maybe some relish, onions, barbecue sauce. So many good ones. Kessler looks in, gets shakes off his sign from Kerner. Wenzel steps out, gets time from Rick Antonio behind home plate. 2-2 the count on Wenzel. Here's a pitch. Misses down and away. Blocked by Kerner.
TJ, I can't help you. Being a vegetarian myself, you're all the way out on left field with the barbecue stuff and stuff. I can't help
Barbecue sauce is good on quite a few things, and hot dogs included. Just got to try it.
One of them.
Just got to try it. Hot dogs, there's not a lot of ways to screw up a hot dog, I got to say.
That's true.
3-2 the count on Davis Wenzel. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Kessler pulls the string on an off-speed pitch, and Wenzel fans right over the top of it for a big out number 3 here in the 6th. And the Harbor Hawks leave 2 stranded, and YD keeps Hyannis off the board here in the 6th. We head to the 7th inning. 5-2 Red Sox lead. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the YD order to face new arm on the mound for the Harbor Hawks, Wes Engel out of Texas State. 5 games so far this season, has yet to allow a run. 8 innings, 5 strikeouts across 4 walks. That will end the night for Ryan Papoy. Just 2/3 of an inning, a hit, no runs. Walks and 2 strikeouts. First pitch on the way to Dashbach. Pitch is down low and away for ball 1. Dashbach now with the advantage, seeing righties up his first 3 times up. Gets to see a lefty out of that Harbor Hawks bullpen. It's the one in the next pitch to Dashbach. Misses high and inside. Ball 2. 2-2 the count on Dash. 2-0 the count.
It shows, too. Very uncharacteristic. 0 for 3.
Yeah, usually by now he's checked in with an extra base hit of some sort, whether it be a double or a home run. Next pitch chopped out to the shortstop, Wenzel. He fields at the belt, throws on over to first, and just gets Dashbach by a step, hustling down that line. So a quick ground out to start the YD 7th. That'll bring up Quinn Cotton.
That was a tough play for Wenzel to make because he couldn't really charge it with the height of that bounce. He had to wait for it to come down, but he threw a cannon over there to first.
So here's Cotton. Rick Antonio brushes off home plate. Righty Cotton will step in. 2 singles and a strikeout. 2 for 3 day for him. First pitch swung on and fouled up and out of play along the first base side. That strikeout coming in the 5th inning. A single in the 1st and the 3rd inning. Came around to score in the 1st. 1 of 5 Red Sox runs. Here's the kick in the next pitch by Engel. Curveball misses low. 2-0 the 1-1 the count on Cotton.
Red Sox are starting to beat some good teams as well. I mean, you look at that win against the Gatemen. They're the top team in the West. On the verge of knocking out the Harbor Hawks here.
On the next pitch triangle, that one's chopped again out to Wenzel. Gets it on the high hop. Fields throws on over to first in time for out number 2. A pair of groundouts to Davis Wenzel at shortstop. That'll bring up Reese Albert for his 4th plate appearance of the day. Single in the 1st, walk in the 3rd, and ground out in the 6th. So Whitey looks to avoid getting set down 1, 2, and 3. We just heard a firework off in the distance. Looks like out beyond the outfield wall, out beyond those trees. Gonna start hearing a lot more of those as the sky gets darker here in Hyannis. First pitch on the way to Albert. Catches the inside corner. Wondering if we're going to get to see any during this game. Out being launched beyond the outfield wall. Next pitch to Albert. Strike right at the knees. Albert quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Not many things better than 4th of July in baseball. What a better setting than right here at McKeon Park. It's the kick in the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Albert goes down swinging. Tag applied by Wilkie behind home plate. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Wes Engel out of that Harbor Hawks bullpen. After Whitey puts up 3 in the 6th, they are shut down 1-2-3 in the 7th. We head to the bottom half of the 7th and are stretching here at McKeon Park. Red Sox lead 5-2. You're listening to Whitey Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the Harbor Hawks lineup as they look to chip away at this YD lead. Red Sox lead 5-2. Working here in the bottom of the 7th inning. YD breaking that tie in the top of the 6th with 3 runs. David Hamilton and Christian Koss checking in with RBIs. Put the Sox ahead. First pitch from Kessler to Braden Como. It's over on the inside corner for a strike. Braden entering the day, a second on the Harbor Hawks, an average at .333. Next pitch from Kessler, fouled straight back off the screen, protecting that Hyannis dugout down the third base side. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on him. Fielders ground into a fielder's choice in the first. A single in the third, and pop out to Noah Campbell at second base back in the 4th inning. Kessler head 0-2. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. Turner points his glove to him. Says, good pitch. Way to hit your spot to Kessler. The righty will remain ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Crowd thinning out just a tad here at McKeon Park. Very, very full crowd. Best of the season, as one would expect on 4th of July. Here's the one in the next pitch. Strike 3 called. Off-speed pitch on the inside corner. No argument from Braden Como. He is struck out for the first time today. The second strikeout for Sam Kessler. That'll bring up Matthew Barefoot. Batting average at .377 entering the day. 9-game hitting streak now 10. He's 1 for 3 today. Righty will step in. First pitch from Kessler. High and inside and drills Barefoot right on the arm. So he'll toss his bat back in the direction of the Harbor Hawks dugout and slowly take his time getting to first base.
Kessler disappointed with himself after that one. Putting a man aboard the easy way, and that was pretty dangerous. Caught him very up high. Seems like Barefoot's okay, though, over at first.
So here's Trevor Hauver. 1 for 3 today, a double back in the first inning, and was kept from getting an RBI by a fantastic relay by the Red Sox defense. At the time, it was Reese Albert in center and Noah Campbell at second. There's another firework off in the distance. People getting ready to start launching those off a little bit more. Celebrate Independence Day here on Cape Cod. Kessler set now with the runner off of first. His first pitch to Hauver catches the outside corner. Mentioned a very full crowd here at McKeon Park. Lots of people packed into Hyannis, Massachusetts as we were trying to get over here. The Hyannis parade was going on down Main Street. Made traffic that much worse. And showed all the people here. It was very packed. Next pitch misses outside. 1-1 the count on Hauver. This parade's being held around all over the Cape. Also, of course, the one in Chatham. One in Orleans. Another one in Sandwich as well, I believe. It's the kick in the next pitch from Kessler. That one's lined out into center field. Here comes Ashford in on a dive. He's there and makes the catch. Zach Ashford, a great read off the bat, coming in to his left and lays all the way out and scoops that one off about 3 inches off the ground for out number 2.
Great grab from Ashford. Amazing jump as well, coming in and cold as well. He's been sitting on the bench for most of this game, but to get a read on that and make that grab, pretty impressive stuff for out number 2.
So here's Tommy Jew. I'll step to the plate for the 4th time today. Pair of flyouts and a strikeout. Struck out against Chandler Fennell in the 5th inning as Kerner will now jog out to Kessler on the mound, have a quick meeting.
What's cool about all those parades is that oftentimes if it's a parade in the hometown with one of the Cape League teams, some of the players get to take part in it. I know some of the Anglers were down there in Chatham. I know a few of the Harbor Hawks players were out there in Hyannis, some of the relievers that weren't going to throw today, which is a pretty cool experience to get to show off for the town and really kind of immerse themselves in the culture of the town that they're playing for this summer. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, me not being a local here on Cape Cod, really cool to see how the people of Massachusetts and Cape Cod celebrate 4th of July.
We take it pretty seriously.
Yeah, I can tell. Here's one. Next pitch. Runner goes from first, swing and a miss for a strike. Throw down to second by Kerner. Not in time. Skips past Koss at second base into center field. Ashford there to back it up. So Barefoot, a great jump off of first base. No chance for Kerner to gun him down. The one-hop throw not in time. That was a strike on a swing and a miss by Jew. A hit and run put on. Count 0-1. Runner now in scoring position for Hyannis. They trail the Red Sox by 3. Here's the one in the next pitch from Kessler. Down and away. Blocked by Kerner. Count evens at a ball and a strike.
Kerner's done a great job all evening of getting in front of those ones in the dirt. No pass balls for him, and he's just continued to allow his pitchers to throw breaking ball stuff in the dirt, keep it in front of him.
Kessler stares in. Runner Barefoot leads off of second. Here's the wind and the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Pulled the strings on an off-speed pitch from Kessler. And Sam now and strike away from getting out of this inning. Braden Como struck out looking to start this 7th inning. Barefoot would get plunked on the arm by Kessler, and then Trevor Hauver robbed of a hit by a spectacular play by Zach Ashford in center field. Here's the wind and the 1-2 from Kessler, swung and lined to Nick Quintana at third. Fields right off the dirt, throw on over to first in time for out number 3. Works around a one-out hit by pitch, and Barefoot, after stealing second, is left stranded out in scoring position. We head to the top of the 8th inning. YD in front of Hyannis by a score of 5-2. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Six, 7, and 8 due up in the YD order as we enter the top of the 8th inning. Red Sox in front of the Harbor Hawks, 5-2 on a picturesque night for baseball here from McKeon Park. Independence Day on Cape Cod, 4th of July. Nothing better than some good old-fashioned baseball to celebrate America's birthday. Nick Quintana will stride in for the 4th time today, an RBI single back in the first as he'll take strike 1 from Wes Engel. And also grounded into a double play in the 3rd inning and reached on a walk and came around to score in the 6th. One of 3 straight Red Sox base runners to get on in that inning. Next pitch on the way, catches the inside corner. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Quintana. Of those first 3 base runners, all 3 of them would come home to score. All thanks to David Hamilton, who would check in with a clutch 2-out, 2 RBI single. Put the score where it's at right now. YD leading 5-2. It's the one in next pitch from Engel. Swing, and that one's popped foul along the third base side and out of play. Count remains 0-2.
We were talking about it a little bit before, but this winning streak for the Red Sox has been rattled off against some good opponents. Not only just feasting on the lower parts of Orleans and Brewster and stuff, but taking down some of the top teams in the West and putting their stamp on the standings.
On the next pitch from Engel, curveball misses high. I mean, that win against Wareham at Spillane Field, something only one other team has been able to do this season. The Gatemen, at the time of that game, an 8-1 record at home. Feeling very comfortable there. Of course, the Gatemen losing a couple players to Team USA, Andrew Vaughn, Bryson Stott. Here's the one in the 1-2 to Quintana, dribbled foul down the third base side. Of course, a week ago Wednesday, beating the Harwich Mariners, a 11-inning thriller. Adam Kerner, the hero in that one, coming through with an RBI single.
Winning a lot of close games as well, which is good signs of things to come, especially if you think postseason-wise, because those are going to be close games a lot of the time. And, Red Sox coming out on top.
So winding next pitch from Quintana, bounces in there, gets past Wilkie. The count will run full on Nick, and we say good teams always win close games. They always find a way to win, and these are two of the best in the league at winning close games. And YD in one-run games, 5-2. And for the Harbor Hawks in one-run affairs, they're 5-1. Quintana steps in, count full on him. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and fouled up and out of play along the third base side. Count will stay full. Harbor Hawks playing a lot of close games, so close that, in fact, they have the second worst run differential in the league to the Brewster Whitecaps at -16, but here they are at 12-6-1 and just a point behind the Wareham Gatemen, who have the best run differential in the Cape League. The windup, here's the full count offering. That'll miss inside. Now the count's full on Quintana. Added an extra tally in the ball column. Now the count full on Nick, 3 balls and 2 strikes. He steps in. 348 batter over his last 10 games. One of the hotter hitting Red Sox. Went yard for the first time of the season yesterday. Swung in the 3-2. Swung on and fouled off his foot. Quintana will regroup himself, walk around home plate from on the back and redo his batting gloves. Gives his foot a chance to recollect itself and stop hurting.
This is just a new Nick Quintana that we're seeing at the plate over the last, 5 or 10 games or so. Just seeing so many more pitches, working more walks than you ever would have thought possible, the way that he was striking out at that torrent pace. But it's just such a benefit to his personal success, because you can tell that the longer he's working counts, the more likely that he is to get something he can drive, and that showed in his stats.
Yeah, and for a guy who's looking to be a pro eventually, struggling 2 seasons on the Cape, not something you really want to do. And Quintana really turning it around for YD here, about halfway through his second season with the Red Sox. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Misses outside, ball 4. Great at-bat by Nick Quintana. A 9-pitch at-bat and works a walk. So he won't jog down to first base to lead off this 8th inning.
Just a great job by Quintana. You couldn't have asked for a better way to start this frame against Engel, who looked really, really solid in that 7th inning. It kind of takes away some of his confidence giving up that leadoff walk.
Here's Johnny DeLuca, who will step to the plate for the first time today. Came in to pinch run for Zach Zubia when Zubia singled, second batter of that 6th inning. Would make it all the way around to 3rd and then get pitch run for. It's DeLuca now batting from the right side with the lefty Engel on the mound. Switch hitter. He stares down at Scott Pickler. Looking to get his signs. He'll tap his bat a couple times on home plate. Wave that bat up over his head. Now points it almost towards the ground. Here's the first pitch from Engel. Fastball over for a strike. Johnny, a little bit a slower start to the season than he'd like. One of the semi-late arrivals. Arrived after about a week to this YD squad. Collected 2 hits yesterday. An RBI and a run scored as well. On the next pitch from Engel. Fastball catches the inside corner. DeLuca quickly in a hole. No balls and 2 strikes.
Can really look back at that home run he had in game 1 of the doubleheader against the Gatemen. Even though the run didn't really matter, I think for himself and his confidence, that played big dividends in getting the bat going.
Engel had no balls and 2 strikes on DeLuca. The wind in the 0-2. Ball down low and away. A ball and 2 strikes on Johnny. You mentioned that game out of hand at the time. I believe the score was 10-3 in favor of Wareham. We saw just an offensive clinic by the Gateman. Andrew Vaughn among those that went yard in that game. And DeLuca steps to the plate. I believe it was the 6th inning. Goes yard and Seems like it's just been a whole different Johnny since then. Here's the wind and the 1-2. Runner going from first. That's Waddell now into pitch run for Quintana. Ball fouled back off the screen on the first base side. Count will stay at 1-2.
Vaughn, one of those guys, as you mentioned, going off to USA, and such a credit to how great the players are on the Cape. 23 of 26, the current roster spots on Team USA, all playing here on the Cape. Now finding the way out to go try and win a championship.
Engel comes set on the rubber. There goes the runner again from first. Waddell. That next pitch lined into center field, and it will be dropped in and out of the glove of Jew in center field for a base hit. He doesn't know where the ball is. Rounding third and coming home to score is Waddell. He scores standing up, and a lucky break out there in the outfield. Jew didn't know where the ball was, and YD cashes in, and DeLuca ends up at second with a RBI single.
And a fantastic coaching job from Scott Bickler to make that substitution, put Waddell into run for Nick Quintana, because nothing against Nick, but he's probably not scoring from first base on that play. Heads up base running to follow that play all the way around and score another insurance run for the Red Sox.
So now DeLuca taking the place of Waddell had he stole that base out there at second. Waddell always helps when you get that good running start. He comes all the way around to score from first base. Now here steps Christian Koss, an RBI single his last time up. Engel stares back at DeLuca, fires home the first pitch. A ball will miss high and away. So that is officially ruled a double for Johnny DeLuca. Credit him with the RBI. Waddell coming around to score from first. There's Koss, strike on him. Lefty angle set, looks back at DeLuca. It's the 0-1. Pitch misses outside. Evens up the count at 1-1, and we're talking about Team USA guys, a guy I'm very familiar with, having going to Arizona State currently. I get to watch Spencer Torkelson play pretty much every week, and he's been gone for about a week and a half, and he's still second in the Cape in average and first in home runs and near the top in RBIs. And that just shows the talent that is here on the Cape and on Team USA. Next pitch to Koss, catches the inside corner. Count now 1-2 strikes.
And that Chatham offense faltering just a little bit. And I mean, understandably, you just mentioned the numbers that Torkelson put up in the few games that he was with the Anglers. Now they're looking for some other guys to step up and produce offensively.
Engel looks back at DeLuca. He kicks. Here's the 1-2. Misses outside to Koss. Evens up the count at 2-2 strikes, although I am told that Torkelson will indeed be coming back to Chatham after the Team USA season concludes. Now,
breaking news.
That is not official. Of course, could change his mind at any time, but from what I'm told last time, here's the wind. The next pitch. Runner goes to third. DeLuca there in plenty of time as the pitch is outside for ball 4. Christian Koss will draw a walk. Jog down to first base, and DeLuca, a great jump off the bag at second, swipes third. Now runners at the corner, still no one out. Here's Adam Kerner, and I don't think that Chad Gassman is going to let Wes Engel face another batter. It's the first 3 Red Sox have reached here in the 8th inning. A walk by Quintana and double by Johnny DeLuca. And Christian Koss walk, and looks like we're going to have pitching change on the Harbor Hawks. We're going to take a quick break and get all that information to you when you get back. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. New arm on the bump for the Harbor Hawks. It is Keegan James, redshirt sophomore out of Mississippi State. So far this season, just one game. Yesterday, in fact. Game versus Bourne for Hyannis, an inning and a third. No runs and just one hit. Righty will step in to face Adam Kerner, fourth batter of this inning for YD. So far, a walk, a double, and another walk has meant Wes Engel out of this game. So throw over to first. Cost dives back in time, but a run in for YD here in the eighth inning. They lead 6-2. Kerner looking to check in with his first RBI of the game. Here's a kick in the first pitch. Catches the inside corner with a fastball. James this season with the Bulldogs, 42 and a third innings pitch, a 1-2 record, 4.68 ERA in 23 games. Struck out 42, walked 15, throw over to first. Cost dives back in time again. Kerner will take some practice swings out behind the right-handed batter's box. Sun setting, almost completely set. Sky darkening rapidly here at McKeon Park. Fireworks should come out shortly. This next pitch will miss away from Kerner. Count evens at 1-1.
You a fireworks fan, TJ?
Not really.
Really?
No.
Scared of them or just
had
not a fan?
Had a bad experience when I was young.
Oh boy, that sounds like a story we got to hear.
Well, I'll tell it shortly. Here's the one in the next pitch to Kerner. That'll miss down low. So
a bad experience with fireworks?
At my house, back home in Seattle, Washington, far way away from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out in the backyard with my old dog, Dottie, and my dad, Rob. And we're just relaxing out there as James stares in. It's a sign from Wilkie. Runners take their leads from the corner. Here's the next pitch. That'll miss low. 3-1 now, the count on Kerner.
So you're in the backyard. You got the dog. I'm assuming you have fireworks.
And then out of nowhere, I'm just relaxing. I might have been reading a book or something back when, people actually read books.
I still read books.
And I just hear this boom right outside of our backyard on the street. Forever terrified of fireworks from that moment on. I was scared out of my shoes. Next pitch, high and away for ball 4. Kerner will reach base on the walk, the third walk of this eighth inning, and that will load the bases for David Hamilton. But yeah, just bad experience.
You're pretty sure it was a firework?
Oh, I am certain it was a firework.
Okay.
It was very loud.
Now I'm a little nervous what's probably going to happen about 15 minutes when some fireworks go off down to our right.
Oh, I can survive.
Jump up.
See, Dana, I have your voice in my ears.
All right.
And, helps quiet down a little bit. And of course, I can tolerate it when I'm on the job, but, we'll see. I try to avoid them. But, of course, on days like 4th of July, that is inevitable.
They're kind of acceptable.
So here's David Hamilton. Last time up, checked in with a 2 RBI double. We'll see if he can do more of the same here. First pitch on the way from James over on the inside corner for a strike. Hamilton also a walk, a ground out, and a fly out tonight. 1 for 3. There's another one. Firework out down that third base line. Sounded a lot like that, Dana. Next pitch on the way over on the outside corner. The count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Hamilton.
I'm sitting 3 feet from you, and I think I could feel you shake in that moment.
I think that was you.
That might have been me, yeah.
Hamilton behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. James set. Runners take their leads from all the bases. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses high and away. I'm looking more forward to the ones that we're going to be able to see in the outfield, of course. Fireworks going to be launched off in the harbor here. And line up the sky and make for a beautiful baseball setting. Hamilton digs in. Behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. Fastball misses high. Excuse me, now that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Hamilton, this is a guy that any sort of run production from him is just icing on the cake with all the intangibles, fielding, and speed he gives you. Those 2 runs coming a few innings ago, grand opportunity to even just get one more if he can put this ball in play.
James set on the rubber again. He kicks. Here's the 2-2. Fastball low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job by Hamilton. Work this count full after falling behind 0-2. And another thing that Hyannis doesn't have working in their favor, you would think that Ryan Nelson hasn't thrown the ball in a couple days. He'll get the ball for at least the 9th inning.
Possibly the 8th as well.
We've seen him last 2 times out, 2 3-inning saves. A week ago at Harwich had a 3-inning save. Here's the wind in the next pitch. Misses inside, ball 4. Hamilton tosses his bat aside, will take his base at first. Jogging home and scoring is Johnny DeLuca, and YD tacks on another. 5 straight base runners reach in the 8th, and it's now 7-2 Red Sox.
And doing it with the small ball. Just good eyes from the Red Sox here in this 8th inning. Great job from Hamilton to lay off those last couple of pitches and keep the batting order going around.
Now here's Zach Ashford batting in the spot of Noah Campbell. The first time today. Normally atop this lineup, but the pitch hitting appearance still making an appearance batting second. First pitch from James to Ashford will miss inside. A run in for YD here in the 8th inning. Actually, 2 in for YD, excuse me. An RBI double by DeLuca, second batter of the inning. First 5 YD batters reached here in the 8th. Next pitch on the way. Catches the outside corner. Count evens at 1-1 to Ashford. There's some fireworks are getting more consistent out towards the harbor. Celebrating Independence Day here on Cape Cod. Here's the one and next pitch to Ashford. Fouled towards the Harbor Hawks dugout off the protective fence right in front of it. Count will stay of 1-2. On a beautiful night like this, I think it can tolerate a few fireworks. Just too nice of a night. Too good a baseball for that. James comes set. Here's the 1-2. Off-speed pitch misses high. Evens up the count at 2-2 on Ashford.
James has been getting ahead of hitters at the start. But that walk to Hamilton, he was in the driver's seat. Give David credit to work his way back. Now Ashford will hope to do the same.
4 Harbor Hawks walks this inning from their pitching staff. Here's the wind and the 2-2. Swan in line right at the shortstop. Davis Wenzel, he will take it right to the bag at second for the double play. Kerner stranded off the bag at second. Watches that ball go right into the glove of Wenzel, and a hard hit ball off the bat of Ashford, but right at the shortstop for the Harbor Hawks. And just like that, there's 2 down.
You can't really fault Kerner for that one. The contact right off of that, you're expecting it to get through the hole or something, but unfortunate play for YD, but still a good opportunity with Dashbach, a guy that's been held quiet this afternoon.
Here's Dashbach. First pitch swinging, dribbles it right to the second baseman, Como. He's there. He'll shovel it to Wenzel at second. There, that's in time for out number 3 here in the 8th, but not before YD will scratch across 2 more runs and extend their lead to 7-2, headed to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, YD in front of Hyannis, 7-2. Here from McKeon Park on beautiful 4th of July evening. Trailing by 5, they will send 6, 7, and 8 in the order up, starting with Todd Lott, entering the game with a 10-game hitting streak and extended that with a home run, a solo shot way back in the 2nd inning. Line in the first pitch, a swing and a miss. Sam Kessler fires in, looked like a changeup right there. Lott will swing right over the top of it. That one a booming home run off starter Brant Herter for YD. That one an oppo shot, 2 into right center field. Kessler winds. Here's the next pitch. That dips down low and outside. Another off-speed pitch. Evens up the count at 1-1. And Todd Lott, he went around, and Lott is set down on strikes to start this 8th inning.
Tell you what, Sam Kessler has just been a godsend for this Red Sox bullpen. We've seen him come in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, pretty much any situation, and he's kind of that guy that you can get him from your starter. And I'd assume now we're putting in Ryan Nelson as pick. We'll stroll out and have the conversation. And as you mentioned, TJ, it's been a while since we've seen that arm, though. Just as I say that, it looks like it's not going to be Ryan.
It's going to have another arm out of the YD bullpen. And replacement of Sam Kessler. We'll get all that information to you when we get it. We'll take a break. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Ty Madrigal out of the YD bullpen in relief of Sam Kessler. 2 scoreless innings for the righty out of West Virginia. And now the St. Mary's product and the brother of Nick Madrigal, Ty, out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. And he will face the lefty, Seth Gray.
Appearance number 4 and a ERA just at 3 for Madrigal.
Lefty will come set, bring those hands set, and first pitch on the way, misses outside to Gray. Reached all 3 times today, hit by pitch, a walk, and an infield single. Madrigal is the first time we've really seen him pitch in sort of a high leverage situation. Here's the kick in the next pitch. The lefty misses off the plate. 2-0 the count.
Good to see for Scott Pickler to work him into an opportunity that adds a little more pressure. Still a 5-run cushion, but getting some action in the 8th inning.
It's the kick in the next pitch from Madrigal. Catches the outside corner. 2-1 the count.
And I mean, with the Red Sox offensive fireworks in this game, I mean, to give a little cushion like that, it's huge.
Now some real fireworks being launched off to our right.
What a segue.
So line in the next pitch. Swing and a miss. There's Gray comes up empty on that one. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gray out of Wright State. The mainstays in this lineup for the Harbor Hawks, a .317 average in 17 games. Pair of doubles, a triple, 6 RBIs so far. Steps back in. Madrigal stares in. Count even at 2-2. It's the kick in the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets away from Kerner. No field and throw over the runner. Gray to the inside of the bag. Dashbach reaches back and catches it to complete the strikeout. 2 straight strikeouts here in the 8th inning. Todd Lott looking, and now Seth Gray swinging. That'll bring up Brady Lindsley. He struck out twice today. First baseman for the Harbor Hawks tonight.
The first baseman for the University of Oklahoma, number 30, Brady Lindsley.
A double back in the 6th inning, and then a strikeout in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 4th for the first baseman tonight. Step in from the left side. Madrigal winds and fires home the first pitch. Mitch is down low. You think Madrigal, this would be more of a situational outing for him with a couple of lefties due up in this frame. Madrigal set, hands right at the waist. Here's the next pitch. It's over on the outside corner. Count evens at 1-1.
You can go up and down this bullpen, and Scott Pickler has a lot of options for both lefty and righties, and guys that are really showing their best stuff and producing in these late innings.
Wind into 1-1. That'll miss down low. 2-1 the count on Lindsley. Some even more fireworks being launched off all around us now here at McKeon Park. Here's the wind and the 2-1. That one's lifted out into shallow left field. Coming in on a full sprint is Quinn Cotton. He's there and will catch it right at his chest for out number 3 here in the 8th. Harbor Hawks kept off the scoreboard here in this 8th frame. We head to the final frame. YD in front of Hyannis, 7-2. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Red Sox lead 7-2 here at the start of the 9th inning on a beautiful 4th of July night in Hyannis, Massachusetts, McKeon Park. Dana Gray alongside TJ Mathewson. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up in the Red Sox order. Quinn Cotton is penciled in to take an at-bat, but it looks like it'll be a pinch hitter for the left fielder will be Andrew Martinez. Now walk to the plate and get his first at-bat of the day. Martinez out of UC Santa Barbara will dig in. And will face a new arm on the mound for the Harbor Hawks. It's Mike Makwa. For this season, 3 games, started 2 of them, 1-1 record, and ERA over 10, 10.38, 8 2/3 innings. Struck out 5, walked 6.
And Martinez, a guy that's been producing for the Red Sox in and out of the lineup. Nice to see him getting that bat here in the 9th inning.
It's the line in the first pitch from Makwa. That misses inside to Martinez. Didn't see action yesterday in Whitey's 12-10 win over the Brewster Whitecaps. Makwa comes set again. There's the line, and then the next pitch, swing and a miss. Martinez now evens up the count at 1-1. Righty will step back in. Whitey supporting a 5-run lead over the Harbor Hawks. Line in the next pitch, catches the inside corner. Martinez mouthed wow as he looked back towards Rick Antonio. Couldn't believe the call, but now a ball and 2 strikes. Points his bat, now brings it back, holds it up near his chest, bat head up over his head. Still 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Martinez sent down swinging to start this 9th inning. We'll bring up Reese Albert. Stride to the plate. His 4th at-bat, 5th plate appearance of the day. RBI single, a walk, a ground out, and a strikeout for him so far. His lefty will step in. Makwa comes set. It's the first pitch. That one's grounded out towards Wenzel at shortstop. Kicks right past him. A funky hop again on this infield. And Albert will reach out first. It's the third time that's happened today.
Tough break for Wenzel again. Not much he can do about that. He tried to get his body in front of it, but you can't read those bounces, and a fortunate break for Albert.
So Albert reaches on the base hit for his 2nd hit of the day. Now Luke Waddell will stride to the plate. His first at-bat of the day. Watches a pitch over on the outside corner for strike 1. Waddell in as a defensive replacement for Nick Quintana. Came in to pitch run for him. Now at the plate for the first time today. It's lined in the next pitch on the way from Makwa over on the inside corner. Quickly 0-2. Whitey ahead 7-2 here in the 9th. Runner leads off of first. That's Albert. The next pitch, a swing and a foul straight back. Waddell just gets a piece of that. Count stays, no balls and 2 strikes. Whitey right now, record of 11-6-2. First place in the Eastern Division, 4 points ahead of Chatham. They host the Orleans Firebirds tonight. It's the kick in the 0-2 again to Waddell. Fouled straight back. That game scoreless in the top so far. That one taking place in that Veterans top of the 9th. No score between the Firebirds and the Anglers. And then the only other game today, Brewster Whitecaps falling at home to the Harwich Mariners by a score of 8-1. Makwa winds and fires home the next pitch. That misses outside. 1-2 now the count on Waddell.
Geez, the Whitecaps just can't buy a victory. They've just struggled ever since pretty much the start of this season, coming off that championship last year.
Makwa sets. Runner Albert leads off of first. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and lined out to the shortstop. There is Como over, and he throws back to first and picks off Albert. A double play for the Hyannis defense. Looked like Waddell hit that soft enough that Albert would be able to read it and get back to the bag in time, but a quick throw over to first by Como. And they get Albert leaning at first. That'll do it for the Red Sox in the top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Red Sox looking to close it out ahead 7-2. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Red Sox 3 outs away from collecting victory number 12 on this 2018 season. Ty Madrigal back out on the bump to collect these final 3 outs for the Red Sox. And due up in the Hyannis order will be 9-1-2. Starting off with Kyle Wilkie, the catcher. We're at a pause here. I'm waiting for Wilkie to come stride back to home plate. He'll do a quick jog. Fireworks being now launched off consistently out in the bay.
They're
behind
everywhere.
us to our right.
Everywhere.
As people are here celebrating Independence Day here in Hyannis. Beautiful 4th of July evening. First pitch from Ty Madrigal. Catches the inside corner. And it's 0-1. Just plenty of great ways to celebrate 4th of July. Fireworks, hot dogs, barbecues, and, of course, the best of them all, baseball. Next pitch misses down low to Wilkie. 1-1 the count.
We tried the hot dog here at McKeon Park. I believe Brandon gave it like a 6.1 or something like that.
He was a 7.3.
Oh, wow.
Line. Next pitch is fouled out of play along the first base side. 1-2 the count on the backstop for Hyannis. And I haven't even gotten to have a hot dog today. I was looking forward to it, but just didn't have the time to grab one before the game.
Hey, you got still about 2 hours left in your 4th of July.
Feel like I'm missing out a little bit. Here's the 1-2 for Madrigal. Off-speed pitch, check, swing. Wilkie doesn't go around. Count evens at 2-2.
Is that your top food for 4th of July, the hot dog?
I would have something between a hot dog and a hamburger. I mean, I'll eat either. Of course, me, the carnivore, the opposite of you, Dana, of course.
Yeah.
It's the wind in the 2-2. That one's lined out into right center field, and that will drop in front of Albert for a base hit. Albert looked like he slowed up for just a second trying to read that one. Might have lost it in the lights for a second. Leadoff runner reaches for Hyannis here in the 9th, and that will flip the lineup back over, and Davis Wenzel will stride to the plate.
See, I'm more of like an ice cream kind of guy. I think on like a July 4th, a hot day, you want something cold, right? To try to cool out the temperatures. I think a nice ice cream cone, I think that's tough to beat.
Yeah, but then you have to have the hot dogs first, then have the ice cream. First pitch from Ty Madrigal to Wenzel, dribbled through the hole on the right side into right field for a base hit, rounding the bag and stopping at second is Kyle Wilkie, as Albert will throw that one in, hit the cutoff David Hamilton. A 2 straight base hits for Hyannis here in the 9th inning, in the heart of the order, coming to the plate, Braden Como. Already a hit today. A single back in the 3rd will come to the plate.
Great start for the Harbor Hawks here. And, I mean, 5 runs, not insurmountable for a team that's won as many games and has had as much success as Hyannis has. So definitely a possibility that they could make this one interesting. I don't know if Ty Madrigal is going to get to finish this 9th out at this pace if he's giving up singles.
So here steps Como to the plate. He steps in, waves the bat out in front of him as Madrigal gets his sign. Comes set at the belt. Here's the first pitch. Off-speed pitch misses outside. You'd think this gets 2 out of hand. Ryan Nelson, in a heartbeat, comes in from that bullpen. Madrigal stares in at Freesia. The new backstop behind the plate for YD. Runners take their leads from first and second. Next pitch for Madrigal misses high and away. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. 2 straight base hits for the Harbor Hawks. Here in this 9th inning, Kyle Wilkie. A line drive into right center field would drop, and then Wenzel, a bouncing ball that found its way through the right side again. Madrigal comes set, holds that hands. Arms extended from the belt. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Blows a fastball right by Braden Como. The count now 2 balls and a strike.
A little something extra on that last fastball from Madrigal. Reared back and got it past him.
Maybe some fireworks from that left hand. Here's the wind in the 2-1. Swung on and fouled. Down and out of play along the first base side.
Trying to steal my jokes, TJ?
Yeah, but it's all right.
You used it well. I'll give you that. Tip my cap.
Yeah, we see so much the fireworks coming from the bats, and why can't they come from the arms too? Especially if they have sort of explosive stuff. Como back in the right-handed batter's box, waves that bat over his head. Here's the 2-2 from Madrigal, fouled right back our way off the brick wall. that goes up about waist high here on the home plate, first base side. As fireworks continue to light up the sky behind us to our right. Beautiful display. See it right over the top of the trees. Out off in the direction of the Hyannis Harbor. Madrigal set. Here's the 2-2. Strike three called. Fastball right at the knees on the inside corner. And Ty Madrigal, a huge first out here in the ninth inning, gets Braden Como looking.
That was just perfectly placed there from Madrigal. As you described it, inside, about the height of the knees, and it froze Como.
So here's Matthew Barefoot. Right-hander steps in. Madrigal turns, throws back to second, and will throw it past Martinez, into center field. Both runners advance on a failed pickoff there. Madrigal turned and threw it just a bit wide. Martinez could not reach it out at second. And now two runners in scoring position for Hyannis. And their best hitter, Barefoot, still at the plate, yet to see his first pitch. 1-for-3 day for him. Single coming back in the third inning. First pitch from Madrigal over right down the middle for a strike. Now Wilkie advances from second to third, and Wenzel advances from first to second on that pickoff. Center fielder Ashford playing very deep. It's the wind in the next pitch, misses outside. 1-1 the count. Barefoot, the third leading hitter in the Cape entering today. Batting average that was sitting at .377. Madrigal stares in at Vito Freesia. Gets his sign. Kicks, and here's the next pitch. That one's fouled up over our heads and out of play behind home plate. Count now, ball and 2 strikes.
I'd like to see him place that fastball again.
Now, that was a loud firework off in the distance. Wenzel looking to add some fireworks for the Harbor Hawks here in the ninth inning. Behind in the count, 1 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Madrigal. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Beautiful off-speed pitch from Madrigal. After allowing 2 straight base hits to start the ninth inning, he gets 2 straight strikeouts looking is an out away.
Just phenomenal job here from Madrigal. Both looking, and that one, as you mentioned, kind of just took that outside corner, and I think it surprised Barefoot that he was able to place it there.
That'll leave it up to the Sun Devil, Trevor Hauver. He'll step in from the left side. 1-for-4 day. Was robbed of a base hit his last time up. Beautiful play by Zach Ashford in center field. First pitch dips outside to the right-handed batter's box. Caught right above the dirt by Freesia for ball 1. Runners still leading off of second and third. They singled first 2 batters of this ninth inning. It's the wind in the next pitch over on the outside corner. That evens up the count at 1-1. Wilkie led off this ninth inning. A single, and then Wenzel would follow him with another single. And Madrigal's followed the next 2 batters with strikeouts. There's the wind in the 1-1. That'll miss outside. 2-1 now the count on Hauver. That double coming way back in the first inning from Hauver and kept off the stat sheet in RBI. Beautiful relay by the YD defense. Leading 7-2 here in the ninth inning. Madrigal stares in, gets his sign, comes set right at the belt. It's the 2-1. Swing, a check swing, and he went around, said home plate umpire Rick Antonio. And Madrigal is a strike away. 2-2 the count on Trevor Hauver here in the bottom of the ninth. McKeon Park, beautiful 4th of July evening for baseball. It's the kick and the 2-2. Off-speed pitch misses outside. Full count on Hauver, 3-2. Started this game. First pitch was around 6:05. Whitey would jump on the board first. And Hyannis would tie it at 2 in the bottom of the 4th, and YD 5 unanswered runs since then. It's the 3-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. An exclamation point on this big 7-2 win over the Harbor Hawks here at McKeon Park. 7-2 the final. And YD gets win number 12 on the season. Their record improves to 12-6-2, while the Harbor Hawks will drop to 12-7-1 on the season. And sure, it looked like Hyannis had a little bit of momentum in that fourth inning. YD really able to put that game away and lock it down.
Yeah, good stuff from the Red Sox all around, defensively, offensively, and the pitching staff as well to pick up win number 4. And whenever you put a streak together like this, it requires all three facets of your game to be on point. And Red Sox got some spectacular relief innings there from guys like Sam Kessler. Chandler Fidel came in and did a little bit of what he needed to do. And then the clutch hitting as well. David Hamilton picking up an RBI. Christian Koss as well, timely hitting. That's a good formula for a winning team. And the Red Sox stay and extend that lead out in first place.
So with that, they will collect their 25th and 26th points on the season. Of course, Chatham entering the night, trailing YD by 4 points, the record of 9-7-2. They now on top of the ninth inning, trailing 1-0 against the Firebirds. Firebirds able to scratch across a run in the top half of that ninth inning. Orleans 13 points in the Eastern Division, 6-12-1, looking to get a 4th of July win at Veterans Field. Harwich, of course, the third place team in the Eastern Division, picking up a win over Brewster earlier today. One last time from McKeon Park, YD beats Hyannis here on 4th of July by a score of 7-2 and continue their stay in first place. For Dana Gray, I'm TJ Mathewson saying so long from Hyannis, and have a great rest of your 4th of July. Thank you for listening to YD Red Sox Baseball.